Alrighty, this is gonna be spectacular. No idea what this is gonna be like. Clearly, we'll just dick around in Z-Quest, because why not? I want to make sure my setup is actually okay here before I really get involved in anything here. Let me, and AutoMod already has a job to do, apparently. So, clearly what I need to show off is the glitchy as hell bonus level layers again. Where are those again? Let's... What map are they in? Hold on. just why is this a thing? I love Zelda dead at the bottom of the pool. I have no explanation for any of this. I already showed this off in the, I already showed this off in Isle of the Wind, though, so this is nothing completely new. I'm trying to see if I can zoom in on the chat any better. I think I'm okay-ish right now. But yeah, so as the tweet that I posted said, we're going to be doing just a bunch of generic dicking around with Zelda Classic here. Not actually going to be working on the Stram quest, though. And let me start by saying that we can thank Cavin for most of this. He's in the chat right now, and he basically did a Bikdip's Adventure 1 speedrun like a couple weeks ago, and I thought it was pretty good. And then he started routing BA2 and started finding these amazing goddamn glitches in it that I had no idea existed, and so now it's just kind of ballooned into this. So let's see how long it takes to break it. We're gonna... I like Link facing the wrong way, that's a good start. I've made unpassworded versions of the quests just so I can open them up in the editor without actually showing off the passwords, and I also added cheat codes to them just for testing purposes, but otherwise these are unmodified. So let's just load up BA2 and see how long it takes to break the game. You ready? Less than a second. Oh, yeah, if you... I'm probably going to be running the entirety of BA2, so yeah, it's definitely going to be spoilers. So, let's show that off again. So you start the game, F6 continue, you're just here. That's it. Game over, you're stuck. So, let's now take a second and see if this happens in the other games. Let's actually create files for all the others, because I'm gonna need... We have a sword. I'll actually add stuff to these in a minute. Can we expect Bikdip Bridge? No, I don't think so. Probably not. Oops, wrong one. I don't know if I'm going to be really doing anything with BA1, but I figure I'll get it here just in case. Sorry, I gotta set this up. I probably should have done these off screen. I didn't think about it. You'll also notice I have UVCS quest in here. Let's take a look at that one. Because I don't think many people are aware of this. I'm not going to be playing this one, mind you, but I wanted to at least show off that it exists. Oops. Hold on. Can we not die, please? There should be sound, it's just quiet. Okay, so, let me explain what the hell this is. So, okay, I'll turn it up a little bit. So the history of Bikdip's Adventure 1 is basically this. I'll go ahead and just go through the first level, because why not? I downloaded Zelda Classic version 1.84, I think was the version number. I don't actually know for sure. I think, like, between 6th and 7th grade, and I like how I died, and my cousin and I kind of dicked around with the editor a little bit, but didn't really know how to use it. We just sort of built, like, part of an overworld. So, we made, like, from the beginning of the game up to level 5. And when I say we made it, I mean we kind of designed the graphics for it, but didn't, like, have any kind of game plan, and there were no, like, actual enemies added, or nothing was really playable. We didn't actually try to load up the quest, we just kind of built it. And this was all in NES graphics, and it was just called jish.qst at the time. Eventually, I ended up learning ZQuest and kind of played through, or like I made the entire game in NES style. Oh, I never got the sword. I'm smart. Okay, hold on. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So, made the entire game. Here's just a guy with a hand in his pants. I forget what his name is. But, so I made the entire game in NES style, still in version 1.84, and then decided to basically update it to 1.90, and in the process, I changed it to BS graphics, added in the, like, bonus dungeons with the hidden items, because those items didn't exist in 1.84, renamed it Bikdip's Adventure, and then released it. And at some point during all of this, the original forum that Bargo the Bikdip was posted on, the Ultimate Board of Cool Stuff, or UVCS for short, like, they had the comic running that I enjoyed, and I decided to, like, make a version of Bikdip's Adventure with characters from the comic and, like, other themes from it. So that's what this shit is. So we have Captain Pringle as the main character. The enemies, we've got squirrels, which are I Like Cheese. I saw Denza. I saw Pokemaster Ian. So, like, some stuff is still unchanged, but, like, your health is just Pringles. The sword obviously was changed to a knife, and the rupees are just dollars. It's really stupid. It's just a sprite swap. There's nothing actually different about this. The small woodland creatures are shooting playing cards because, according to the lore of the UVCS comic, the forum user I Like Cheese was turned into a squirrel by the evil feet for ears. Here's just a flamethrower. He was turned into a squirrel and became addicted to playing Go Fish. And so that's, like, what is happening there. And that's also where the SC small woodland creature came from, and why it has a move called Go Fish. It's all just a reference to that. I have no freaking clue. These are, like, icons from the forum. I think this was, like, used to designate new posts or something. There was, like, this dancing, bouncing ball. This... Oh, what the fuck is this? Hold on. I'm trying to tell what this enemy actually is. It's something with axes, but I can't tell what it actually is. There's some spam. I don't know what these are either. I think these are just, like, emoticons. It was, like, just an angel emoticon that got used a lot on the board. I really don't remember. This was back in, like, 2003. I do at least want to get to the boss of this level because it's pretty good. Came with the year edition. Yeah, clearly. But yeah, once I finish going through level 1, I think I'm going to open this up in ZQuest and show all the other sprites, because they're There's some pretty good ones, and by good, I mean, Jesus Christ, they're bad. Yeah, Captain Pringle is actually just an emoticon. That's, like, his character in the comic wasn't a happy face. I think it was a character from Penny Arcade just sitting on a bench. Like, his character was just permanently on a bench, and yeah, here we go. Here's Lighted Up 1337. You may remember Lighted Up from the, my Tales of the Porn Bush in an old LP of mine, I think in Ristar. Basically, this is this is just a character that represented generic spammers. I don't know why he's a cigarette, he just is. Oh my god. These are good times. I think I was starting to say something and now I don't remember what it was. Oh, there's a Pringle can for a heart container. Makes sense. And is the Triforce the same? Yeah, it is. Alright, so let me go ahead and just open this up in the editor, because I'm not going to play through the rest of the game like this. Jesus Christ, I forgot about... Like, I forgot how bad this quest was. It's completely unchanged other than the sprites and some of the text. But it's definitely good. So... yeah, let's take a look at this. And here's the fun part. The only reason that I still have this is because Flustered Custard actually archived it. I think he was asking about some Bargo the Bikdip stuff a number of years ago, and I managed to find the original forum posts, and then I also found the post where I linked to the game, and somehow the link still worked. I have no idea how. And so I never downloaded it until today. And when I went to open it, I found that it was passworded, and I'm like, that's fine, it's probably just the same password as BA1. It wasn't. So I tried a few things, and eventually found it was just buh. Oh, and I just crashed G-Quest, okay. Never mind, hold on. Let's, fix this up. Are we gonna work? Or are we gonna work? Hold on. I'm so confused right now. ZQuest crashes if you open a game with fewer maps than the map that you're currently on, because it's a well-designed program. Okay, let's please change this over. There we go. Okay. So yeah, the password is just buh. I assume it's that because I actually sent this back and forth with Harrison, and he helped with some of the sprites on this. So yeah, we're going to just take a look at this tile sheet, because it's a work of art. So we've got Captain Pringle up at the top. This is the Great Spees, who was the creator of the UVCS comic. He's replacing Zelda in this case. And I think I had to, like, draw the lower half of his body down here. Like, let me actually check in level 9 what that looks like. Yeah, okay, so there he is. Alright, let's just kind of go through all these and see what's new. I don't actually know what this is. Actually, this might be a match? I think this replaces the book. I don't really know. The fairy is just a Pringles mascot with wings. I don't know what the correct C sets for a lot of these are. Star is replacing the clock. There's the Pringles can. The spam. Just the dude with the hand in his pants. I wish I remember what the name of this character was. Here's like some fox thing. I don't remember what this was either. There's Ian. Here's I Like Cheese the squirrel. This thing, I'm not sure what that is. I really couldn't tell you. Same thing with these blobs that pop out of the ocean. Here's Denza. He shoots nails instead of arrows. Here's the bouncing thing from earlier. Still don't know what this thing is. I think there was just like this random axe murderer that showed up occasionally in the comic. I don't remember if it was based off of a specific user on the board. That just might be what this is. Here's Lighted Up. This, I think, is just... I don't know what enemy this is, actually. A Vire, maybe? Here's Pokemaster Cavin. He replaces the Wizrobe. He's just kind of the devil. Landmola's got changed to an Onyx. I couldn't tell you why. Here's Ace with spider legs. Good stuff there. Or rather, Ace's head with spider legs. There's like a rocket. I don't know what this is. I guess that's a super bomb. The Dig Dogger on the bottom, I guess, is just a frickin' emoticon of some variety. I'm not sure. But then we get Feet for Ears. And I don't actually know what palette he's supposed to be in. Unfortunately. Maybe this one? But yeah, Feet for Ears was like the villain of the comic. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's just a guy with feet for ears and hands for feet and a really weird tail coming out of the back of his head. And so he was just the villain. I think that's all that's changed. Apparently I have backups of the original graphics on here. And I guess that's it. I like my Feet for Ears sprite. It's pretty good. It's just the UVCS comic. It was just made by the Great Spees, which was like a moderator of the forum, and it just involved a lot of other users on the forum. And I had a cameo appearance toward the end of it where it was revealed that I was the creator of the Porn Bush, and that was about it. It's pretty special. I'm gonna see if I actually changed the... Yeah, it still says Ganon hint. I remember that. Like, I forgot to change it to because it's not Ganon anymore, but I need Pringles, damn it. Give me a can or else you have to pay. Well, UVCS is the ultimate board of cool stuff. It's what the Discord chat is named after. It was the board that Barter the Bikdip was originally posted on. Good. No, Pokemaster Ian was a character from the comic who was extremely gay and extremely perverted. What you're thinking of is the fact that I didn't know the difference between gay and perverted when I was a kid, because kids would always just say that each other were gay without any evidence of this being the case, because it was just treated as a generic insult. Like, I have no explanation other than that. Okay, so that was UVCS Quest. Now let's do a little bit of messing around with some other stuff here for a bit. So I could do more BA2 garbage. Now remember how earlier I loaded up the game, I hit F6, continued, and it dumped me into the corner of a dungeon? Let's see where it puts me now. Somewhere completely different. Why does it do that? I'll explain in a second. First, let's go into Isle of the Winds. Oh, okay, I have to change the quest directory. Hold on. This will all make sense eventually, I promise. Not much sense, but at least a little bit. We're going to go into Isle of the Winds. I'm saved in level 3. Let me just leave. Go back in. Save. Change the quest directory again. Load up BA2. Continue. Oh, now we're here. Okay, this is the same place. I don't know. Let's see. Can I do it with a different quest? Let me load up Mitch. Go into a door. Come back out of a door. Reset. Load up BA2. Continue. This seems legit. Okay, so what the fuck is happening? That's a very good question, and I can explain it, but it's gonna take a bit. So, here's what you need to know. This is specifically using Zelda Classic 1.92 Beta 183, which is the version that I usually play for Zelda Classic stuff. If you use Beta 184, which is the one that fixes the map bug, it actually won't work because they also fixed how continue bugs work, they kind of patch them out. And so when I work on BA3, I'm probably going to require you to use that version just to get rid of continue bugs. But, yeah, you can basically stop and swap with this. You can use your last position in other quests to carry over into other ones. So, let me show this again. So we load up BA2, continue, and you're just somewhere else. This is a screen in level 3. Now, if we do this with a different game, it doesn't work. And that's because in these games, you start on an overworld DMAP, and apparently this bug only works with other kinds of DMAPs. So, like, when you start Bikdip's Adventure 2, you start on this title screen, which is considered a cave DMAP, and as soon as you do skip intro, now you're in the overworld. And let me just show this off, because this is pretty good right here. So we're going to go into this cave, save, reload the game, continue. Now we're just in level 9, but with the wrong palette and the wrong music. Because it's a cave DMAP, it doesn't know how to load in doors properly, so this shutter door over here doesn't actually exist. So you can get to this screen, which is meant when you become Bikdark after level 6, and hey, now we're Bikdark. Just start the game with that, because why not? It works perfectly fine. I see nothing wrong with this. Okay, so now I'm going to try to explain the technical side of this, which is going to be difficult because, Jesus, this is stupid. So here's how this is working, at least kind of. So here's the title screen. It's on map 2, screen 70, and like I said, it's a cave DMAP. When you start up the game, the way the game basically knows where to put you is it checks the DMAP list, it looks at DMAP number 1, which is... Actually, what the fuck? This is an overworld. Okay, now I'm really confused. So why does... I thought I understood why it worked here. I guess I don't. Either way, let's ignore that this is an overworld DMAP. Apparently it is. Oh no, the speedrun for using, the speedrun with the wrong warps isn't going to be using different quests. That's just me messing around. But either way, you start up the game, DMAP 1, continue point, screen 70, which is where I am right now, screen 70. When I go off of this screen, when I do skip intro, it is a side warp to screen 7B on DMAP 2, which is down here. And it uses an eye warp with zap FX, which is what does that, like, screen blurring thing. Actually, Kif, I think caves do let you move horizontally at the top. It's just dungeons that don't let you do that. But either way, here's the thing about ZQuest. When you go between two different DMAPs, you're supposed to always use an entrance-exit style warp. And I don't always do this because it kind of interrupts the gameplay a bit. It, like, kind of has to go to black and take a second to load. So a lot of times I just don't, and that's what kind of makes a lot of this possible. So when I go to the overworld, I have now updated my DMAP without updating my, it's so hard to freaking explain this. Let me put it this way. When I go into this staircase, it's a tile warp, which is actually an entrance-exit warp. And it puts me on screen 77, which is actually 74. It's hard to explain why, just bear with me. That's just due to the way that DMAPs scroll. But either way, it puts me on this one, and so it remembers screen 74. It sets that to a value that I like to call the LEEDO, L-E-E-D-O, last entrance exit drop-off. It's a term I came up with similar to the HOLP from the Pan and Coic Marian 64 videos. This is a number that's basically stored in the game's RAM. And so I now have a Lido of 74. When I reset the game and load it again, I'm here, but I still have a Lido of 74, so if I quit and continue, it looks at the Lido, but it also looks at the DMAP that I'm on. So it loads the info for this DMAP with this music and the overworld properties, but it puts me on screen 74. And so that's how I can get to places where I'm not supposed to, basically by just fucking with the internal memory. And you can do so much garbage with this. It is kind of amazing. So we're going to be getting into speedrunning stuff later on. Cavin has this thing routed out, and we're going to figure all that stuff out. But before I do that, let's just kind of mess around a little bit more, because I feel like this stuff needs to be seen to be believed. It's kind of incredible. Oh, and also for the record, the reason why I appeared in that one weird dungeon screen when I loaded up the game for the first time, that's because when you start the program, your Lido is set to 00. So it actually it put me on this screen. It was the wrong palette, because it was this palette, but it was this screen nonetheless. Let me fix this. So yeah, that's why it did that. But yeah, let me go ahead and pull this up again. Now here's some other stupid shit you can do with this. So in Mitch, if you've seen my playthrough of this game, you may be aware that, well, rather, if you've seen my game, you will be aware that a lot of this game kind of revolves around finding battle screens in the overworld, and every single one of these battle screens warps you to a different DMAP without an entrance-exit warp, so it's always going to basically screw with your placement. So it'll remember your Lido from the last time that you went through a cave. Like, these houses, these are updating it because these are entrance-exit warps. But if I go into a battle screen, it doesn't. And so you can kind of manipulate that to get into weird places in this one. For example, let me go buy some bombs and then I'll show this off. I'm curious what a speedrun of this game would look like now that I know that we can do this kind of stuff. I'm kind of hoping that there's like ways to just skip large chunks of the game. I assume there is, I just wouldn't know what they are necessarily. So yeah, we're gonna head up this way. I'm gonna go into level 1. Yeah, this program, I mean, like I said, they did fix this bug. To be fair, they fixed it. I'm just playing in a version that still has it. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go into level 1, and then we're gonna leave. And before I do anything else, let me show off how this is going to work, and make sure that I can, like, accurately predict what it's going to do. So, we open up Mitch. Here is the overworld screen that my Lido is currently set to, which is screen 08. In this game, I have basically a second copy of the overworld on map 2, which is the battle screens. But on screens like this that don't have a battle screen, I usually just kind of have something else in place. So what's going to happen here is this is where my coordinates are set. I'm going to go somewhere else, trigger a battle screen. It's going to warp me into map 2. And then when I continue, it's going to send me to the same coordinates that I'm on now, which is 08, which in this case is just a heart piece cave. So let's verify if that's what happens. So we warp, we continue, and we're in a heart piece cave. Where does it put me? Just middle of the desert where you die. Because why not? It's a good place to be. And, fun fact, let me actually close out of Zelda Classic entirely here. So I can set the Lido back to 00. let me, God, this is going to be freaking annoying. Every time I close the program, it, like, loses what it's focusing on. There we go. So now that my Lido is set to 0, 0 again, what I'm going to do is go into a battle screen and then just immediately continue. If I go into any of these doors, it's going to reset it to something else, so I can't do that. Yeah, I prepared for this. Like, Mitch was made in 2004. I didn't understand how continued bugs worked at the time. I certainly didn't know any of the stuff that I'm talking about right now, but I at least knew that they existed, and I could tell that they kept throwing you into screen 0, 0 whenever I tested the game. So I'm like, you know what, let me just put this placeholder screen here and send you back to the field. Now, the sad part is I thought that I had actually put hidden money on that screen. It's like basically a Chris Houlihan room. Hold on. And ZQuest has taken a shit. Bear with me. Of course it's taking a shit. Why wouldn't it? It's this program. Okay. Can we please? Can we please focus on what I want you to be focusing on? Thank you. Here we go. Yeah, I guess I don't have money here. I thought I did. Did I have it at one point? Special item. No, I guess not. That's annoying. Yeah, I thought I had a hidden money screen here. I also thought that I had more than one of these. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's another holdover, which I assume is still in the game. I'm going to find out in a second here. On this screen, yeah, okay. So this is something that nobody's ever encountered that I'm aware of, and that's because this is a glitch exclusive to like 1.84, which is weird because this game was not made in that version. So maybe it was, I don't know what the hell, like, maybe it's exclusive to 190. I remember trying it in 190 and it didn't work, but either way, there's this glitch where, like, if you stand exactly like a half tile away from a hookshot target, so like if you're like right here basically, or hold on, let me not use that icon. If you're like right here, sort of, it's, I can't really describe it any better than that. If you hookshot into it, you can kind of merge with the target and use it to get places where you're not supposed to. So on this screen, like if you had done that, you could get here and then you'd get stuck. So I did a bug fix by basically making this walkable, and then if you go to the side, it warps you to one of these placeholder, like, sorry about the stupid glitch screens. What does this one actually say? Hold on. Does this one give you money? It does. Okay, I knew there was one of these. I knew there was one. So if we can... Okay, now I've got to find out. Screen 4A. Fuck. If I could... Let me check one of the other maps. This is level 9, but I think this one has a continue point. It's an I warp with open screen now. That's unfortunate, because if you could force yourself into this screen with a wrong warp, then that's a free 200 rupees. Somebody get on that. I'm sure it can happen. No, I don't actually know how that could happen, because for you to get this, you'd have to set your Lido to 4A, which means you'd have to go through an entrance exit that dumps you on one of these. And I don't know if that's doable. Basically, you'd have to do that and then get into a battle screen or into Star Road. Because Star Road is taking up this part of the map. And then you can do that. I don't know. What the hell is this? No, really, what is this? Oh, actually, never mind. I remember this screen. But yeah, Mitch is a weird game. It's hampered by the fact that the game is like nothing but grinding, and so if you can get early, oh god, here's more early money screens. Oh wait, hold on. Not only are these early money screens, these are a ticket into level 9 without having to pass the Triforce check. If we can get into those, basically the entire game is skippable. You can hit any part of this side warp, you can get a ton of cash. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you can somehow get on the side of this screen, then I guess you could do that. So like what? If you glitch into this screen and then walk left and then walk back to the right, maybe that would work. Because when you glitch into the screen, it drops you in the top left corner. So yeah, maybe. But yeah, I think this is actually worth investigating. Screens 47 and 48 just give you, I think it's 400 rupees because you pick up 200 as the item placed and also another 200 as the special item. And then you can leave and just be in level 9. So 48 and 47. Let's check these. Oh god, really? They happen to line up with the two frickin' town like sections that don't have entrance exit warps. That's disappointing. 47 and 48. This one is the entrance to level 2. I don't think there's a warp that dumps you here. This one, I don't think there's a warp that dumps you here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if that's doable, but that's another thing we could look into at some point. God, this game needs to be broken. I'm waiting on it to happen now, because it's... Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is like, the Zelda 1 crams all the dungeons into 2 maps, so I did the same thing for mine, just as like a callback. I don't know. Maybe not callback is the right word, but that's how I did it. Alright, so that's that game. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to show with this one. Like I could just kind of look around the map and see what other random garbage there is to interact with, but I don't know if it's entirely worth it. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. This reminds me, because I did this yesterday. It was freaking stupid. So first I gotta change the quest directory again. Oops. Okay, load this, leave. Oops. Hold on. Yeah, okay, yeah, we do want to be in here, actually. So we're in here, save, go to Mitch, change the quest directory. Load this up. I think this is going to dump me into a level 7 cave. Because I was just kind of messing around with transferring, like, location data between quests, and I did that, and I think that's what triggered this. I'm going to find out. Yeah, okay. I say there, have you ever had that not-so-fresh feeling, and then you just pick up a cloud, and then you leave, and then we're here. And I'm stuck because I don't have the sword. I could have gotten the sword, and then I could have gotten into level 7 early. I don't know what good that would have done me, but I could have done it if I wanted. see. Carry it into BA2. Let's see where it puts me. Just intro story. Let's just dick around with entrance exit warps and see where they put me. Actually, hold on, let me load up the UVCS quest. Also, I'd love to know why I can speed up text in Mitch, but not in my other games. Because, 190 doesn't have the option to speed up text, but Mitch, like, put in a bunch of quest rules that I never set because they didn't exist, and my other ones didn't. And I don't know why that is, unless it has something to do with the BS animation, because that's the only, like, difference I can think of. Okay, so let's see how this is gonna work. So if I go in here, and then come back out, actually, I can guarantee you that my Lido is currently set to a screen of the cutscene intro story, which doesn't really do me any good. If I pulled up like a completed file of BA1, I could get a different one, but yeah, let's see how this works, just to verify. Yeah, it's just intro story. Okay. So here's another thing we can do. Oh god. This one's fun. This one's real fun. So let's open up BA2. Go into level 9. We set the Lido to this screen. Reset. Open up this. So now we're still in level 9 with a different palette. I'm not sure why. And then we leave, and then this happens. Yeah. So, question, why am I invisible? Answer, I don't really know. But as you can tell there, I'm not actually invisible. It's just the entire map exists as a layer over itself. Because BA2 Part 2 still has all the data from the original game in it, but a lot of it is kind of fucked up. Because you're never meant to get to any of it. And so this is just an example of that. I'm gonna see if I can get into level 3, actually. Problem is, I don't know where I am. Okay, there we are. So yeah, enemies do exist, I just can't frickin' see them. Can I please? Dark Nuts, get out of my... Why am I... Where the fuck am I? What's blocking me from getting into the staircase? Oh, never mind, I was just above it. Do I have the ladder? No. Okay, hold on. Let me do... So here, let me explain this, actually, before I do any more stuff with that. I want to explain why there's a loading screen at the beginning of BA2 Part 2. So let me wrong warp again. And here's my current inventory. You'll notice that I don't have everything. Here, let me mute the game real quick. In ZQuest, there's a thing that you can do... Wait, is this part 2? Yeah, it is. There's a thing you can do in the initialized data that basically tells you what items to start with. And so for the start of part 2, since I want to have everything carry over from the first game, what I basically did, like it doesn't show it right now, but I checked off every item that I wanted you to have. And for some reason it's like bugged, so a lot of the stuff doesn't actually load in. So when you start the game, it puts you on this screen, which I don't know how it managed to jump here automatically, but I'm thankful that it did. This screen right here is, let's see, you are placed in the corner, and if you go right, you trigger a side warp. If you go left, you trigger a tile warp. The tile warp just puts you into the next, basically the screen that it would if you weren't playing the enhanced version. If you do the easy mode warp, it puts you on a screen where you... Oh, fuck. It puts you on a screen where you invisibly pick up the Master Sword. That's the only difference between easy and hard mode, is you get the Master Sword instead of the magic one. But yeah, each one of these screens is you appear on the screen, you get an item, and then 5 ticks later, which is 5/60ths of a second, it side warps you to the next screen in the sequence. Which, wait, what? Why did the game freeze? Point is, that's what the loading screen is it cycles you through a bunch of screens where you pick up items really, really rapidly, and this is just something that I drew onto it to, like, explain why it's taking a minute and to explain why the game is going because it plays the item collection noise a bunch of times in sequence. So, what I need to do, if I'm going to be messing around with the wrong warp in the second quest, is I need to actually not trigger it until I get all those items. So what I'm going to do is do this again, make sure that my Lido is set. Go in here, get the items, warp, and yep, now we're stocked up. Okay, so now I can leave the overworld and invisibly navigate to level 3. How impossible is it to wrong warp directly to the load quest 2 now screen? Pretty impossible. That would actually eliminate the entire speedrun route that we have going. I say we, I mean Cavin. I've not really contributed to it. Can I please? There we go. But yeah, I don't think there's a way to get there, unfortunately. Okay, so level 3, let's go. Now, level 3 does not layer itself over itself, which is good. But the reason I went here in particular is because we can now see really outdated versions of these screens. Because in the version of the quest that's actually available, I have a bomb puzzle here. And it actually, as a matter of fact, this bomb puzzle showed up earlier in the stream. This was like the first wrong warp that I did, I think. It's an actual puzzle rather than just bomb open the cave. And there's a really weird screen towards the end of this dungeon that I changed because it was dumb as hell. And it's actually referred to in the speedrun. Oh, did I mess that up? No, there we go. I don't need to get this key since I have 6, but I'll get it anyway. But yeah, in the speedrun I mentioned that there's like this really stupid room where you like burn a bush and then respawn it and burn a different bush and then push a bush. And I know Fishbowl isn't watching, but if he ever watches the archive of this, he'll particularly enjoy that because he found the push bushes thing hilarious for some reason. Yeah, we're gonna actually see that screen for the first time ever. There's a key here, right? There it is. Now, I could just get here with, like, the boot sheet and just, like, walk through walls, but I want to do this legit. Hey look, doing this room with the mirror shield. Never thought I'd see the day. Is this a short stream? No, not particularly. Oh boy, damage tiles. Shit. I forgot the boots aren't in this quest. God damn it. Okay, hold on. I don't think I can actually legitimately get to that screen. I would die. I have potions. But yeah, I think we're just gonna put on the cheat code. It's fine. I'll still get through these screens. Nah, fuck it. I'm just gonna walk through them. I don't feel like fighting these. Okay, so here's the original Push Bushes puzzle. It's freaking stupid. So what you do is you burn this bush, and it gets rid of those up there also, but you step over the button, and oh no, now they're back. So then you burn them again, and then you do this. Oh, and the sand damages you. For some reason, I didn't realize that, because you have boots at this point anyway, so why does that damage you? I think I just used the wrong under combo. That's good. I like that. It's a good puzzle. Oh, this is amazing. See, I shouldn't even need to complete the rest of this dungeon, but I figured I might as well. Yeah. That was glitchy. Okay. So we already have the full Triforce, not that it shows up, but let's just get Triforce number 3 again, because why not? So yeah, I don't know if there's anything else in this I particularly need to show off, but I've got this going on, so why the hell not? Let's see if there's any other screens that changed. I know there's got to be a few. Ah, shit, we're in the rafting maze. Let's not be in the rafting maze, please. Yeah, these screens are a lot more boring looking now, I think. They used to be a little bit more they're a bit more decorated in the final version. I changed the color of, like, the heavy blocks. Let's see. I think there's a screen full of Armos' statues that didn't exist in the old version. I'm gonna check. Yeah. Yeah, there's like a pyramid of Armoses on this screen in the final version that I didn't have in this one. And, then there's the most mysterious screen of all. Let's see, where is that screen at? Right here. I have no idea why this screen exists, I'm not gonna lie. Like, normally, when you go left from this... Like, let me just compare it in Z-Quest, actually. Yeah, the screen of Nothing But Trees is pretty good. Open up Z-Quest again, find where it is. I guess this works. I could open it in another window, but that's just fine. So let's see, B2, passworded. So yeah, normally on this screen, there's no rocks there. I don't know why they're here in this version. It's noteworthy because this screen does have a secret on it, but it's used for, like, the alternate universe Mitch Overworld Easter egg. And that was done way after I had copied over the original quest to make part 2. So this is, like, some... I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, here, let me, I have to try to push this rock, so let me turn off my, intangibility here. I can't tell if I'm in line with it. The problem is, since everything is freaking layered over itself, it's impossible to tell if I'm even activating any secrets. Because I checked this screen in Z-Quest, and it, like... You, like, push a rock, and it opens a cave that puts you in level 9. And I don't know why. Because I never had any plans to do that. Okay, so let's do this very slowly. See, I should have pushed the rock by now. Yeah. Okay, here, let me open this one up to show it. Because, like I said, here's the screen in the normal BA2, like the part 1. When you open it in part 2, here's the rocks, there's a push flag, there's a secret combo, which is a cave, and when you go into the cave, it's a tile warp to just level 9. And I don't know why. I have absolutely no explanation for that, because you were never meant to even be in the overworld in part 2. My original plans for the game never involved anything like this. Like, maybe it was a test? Maybe I put it there as like a dev door, but I don't remember. It's really stupid. It's kind of hilarious, but it's really stupid. Like, I don't know why it's there. But yeah, when I said the entire overworld is layered over itself, you can see right now that I have layers 0 through 6 all activated, and in the layer data, they're all pointing to whatever screen it's currently on. So... Oh, wait, actually, I think it's only loading layer 6, because these all say map 0. Yeah, it's layering the active screen over the current screen. And I don't know why. Let me, because a similar thing happened in the bonus level, too, and I showed that off earlier, but I just want to show that again to really, like, question why this happens, because, like I said, with the history of this game, it was never meant to be 2 quest files. It was all supposed to be in 1, so when I had to split it, I basically just took everything that was already made a copy of the file, and then started building off of it. And so all of this is just kind of in whatever state it was, like, in that point in development. And if I ever made changes to it, it never got updated in this version, because I never had any reason to. And so, like, most of this stuff still exists. That's why we have the older versions of some of the dungeon stuff. But then, like, you start going through all this. There's cutscene stuff. Oh boy, layers. Yeah, like, here's the bonus level, which shouldn't be on map 10. I don't know why it is. I think it's on map 5 or something in the original game. And it just has layer data for the, like, final boss cutscene over it. And I didn't do that myself. So, why? Like, I can kind of understand maybe because, like, the cutscene here has layers that it's pulling from a different map. So, like, let's see, what this one is pulling from... What layers are even on the screen? 2 and... Okay, yeah, it's doing 2 and it's doing 6. So, layer 6 is the blue orbs. It's pulling that from map 11, screen 40. Hold on. So yeah, I mean, there's the blue orbs. Like, that's what it's pulling from. But then why are they also over here? Map 11 screen... Like, I never did that. I would have never had any reason to do that. I think it just got glitched somehow. Either that or, like, I had the cutscene over here at one point and then I shifted it over. But then why is the bonus level here? You never even visit the bonus level in this. I don't know. It's really stupid. I do love some of these layer screens, though. They're just, out of context, they're really hilarious. Like, this freaking... The animation of Bikdip growing has, like, some of the worst in-betweens I've ever seen. They're, like, all wrinkled and stupid. I don't know. This is a good screen right here. Here's just Bargo yelling at Zelda. I don't even know. This is a good screen. Now I have to find... I showed this off during an Action 52 video, so, like, not many people have seen it, and I probably shouldn't be showing it again just because it's, like, bonus content, but, there's this amazing animated tile that I'd love... Yeah, right here. This tile. It's Zelda looking around and then turns into a shaking boulder and then dust falls. It's the best animation I've ever seen in my life. And I don't know where it came from. Like, there must have been some kind of animation that I had on this particular combo and then just changed the tile sheet. And I just never updated it. So, like, what the fuck is this? It's the most useless thing ever, but I love it. This is a good screen. Where's the, Gotta always show this screen, because this is my favorite one. What other stupid tiles do I have on here? Oh, there's this one, which is just rapidly cycling through 60 frames of bullshit. And it's a stairs combo. I use that in like, the level 6 revisit in level 9. Here's a bunch of cutscene graphics with all the beautiful in-betweens. Good stuff. Just nom 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 nom. She's like, oh. Boulder turning into larger boulder. Oh god. Here's the fake error message. Boring cutscene. Yeah, here's just tiles of trees shifting. I like those. Those are good. Lots of high quality stuff. So yeah, I think I'm probably done showing this off. Oh wait, here's the companions. Gotta see those. I like the companions. Here's Captain Pringle. We're going full circle. But yeah. I don't know if there's any other random shit that I want to show off in this other than the speedrun now. That is Yukronsky. Yukronsky basically is Articuno. There's not really any major difference between the two, but that is what that is. Most of these graphics went unused. This was for, like, the battle at the beginning of the game. Which, actually, let me go show that off, now that I'm thinking about it. I like the random Final Fantasy VII music. Oh yeah, glitch cutscene, go. Yeah, didn't update CSET 6, yeah. Big Dark totally should have won, yeah. I agree. But, yeah, that was a fun cutscene to put together. And I won't even take credit for that one. That one, actually, I think Harrison made. But yeah, he kind of made all these, and they got used for that. I don't know why I was wording this in a weird way. Let me find where that cutscene is, actually. Like, where it's built, because every single frame of animation of that was a separate screen. Yeah, here we go. So this entire block of screens down here is that cutscene. Actually, yeah, it warps around randomly. Let's see. So this is the dialogue. Then it's like, I'll go check it out. Yeah. So side warp, F11. Here, we're gonna warp between these and see how many screens this takes. joy of cutscenes in Zelda Classic. I like how at one point it, like, jumps back over here and then jumps back to this and then it's... I don't know why it was set up that way. And here's layer screens, because why not? Oh, he was just my friend from, like, 6th grade through, like, high school. He worked on parts of the game. He co-wrote Bargo the Bikdip. We lived together for a couple of years when I was homeless, basically. Sorry, I have a tendency to, like, not explain who people are. And also here's just... I'm going to use this mouse as, like, a dunce cap. That's pretty good looking right there. Oh boy, level 5. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and give this a shot. The speedrun. I'm not really sure what to expect with this, to be honest. It's probably gonna be kind of horrible. But it'll be interesting. I do actually have 37 seconds already on this, so clearly it's unusable. I don't need this. Here it is. Actually, no. Let's not even use the unpassworded. Let's use the legit one. Yeah, I should probably get you in a call, as I've got the notepad document with the instructions, but as you've said, it doesn't really go over everything all that well. So, let me go ahead and get rid of my visuals here for a minute. I can't actually tell if the call has started. Oh, there we go. $3. Hold on. Can I actually be heard? I don't think I can be heard, because Discord likes to not pick me up.
I can't hear you on Discord. I have the stream open right now.
Yeah, I figured as much. Hold on. I'm trying to figure it out. Clearly I will turn on camera, that'll help. It says it's using the right microphone.
Oh, I heard something on Discord.
Oh, can you hear me now? How about now?
Yep, appears to be working.
Okay, so if I put input device to default instead of the microphone that it's actually supposed to be, then it works. Good to know. Alright.
This is just the stream of technology not making any sense.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so I have the instructions over on the side. Let me actually put them on my other screen here, so I can see them a little bit better. I'm not going to be pulling up ZQuest, probably. Could this notepad file be any larger to fit into this tiny spot? Okay. So we begin with a wrong warp. Oh. God. Oh, I guess you'll be seeing my stuff, like, later than it's actually occurring because of the stream delay.
Yeah, just a bit. It's okay. Yeah, you know how to get boomerang and stuff.
And then get boomerang, apparently. How does the audio sound in the stream, by the way, for other people? I'm not sure if the voice is coming through good. Get damaged, it's an important part of the route.
I mean, you or the candle. I just go with the boomerang, but I'm not entirely sure if one is faster than the other. I think boomerang is just easier to get the 2 spare keys in one.
Okay. Okay, so what do I do now?
Just enter the boomerang half of the 1, assuming you picked up the boomerang.
Okay.
And just do the same thing you did to get the blue ring. Just up an A and yeah.
Ah, wait. Sorry. So go into the level, and then what am I doing now?
Well, once you have the glitch to stay in the level, just go get the red candle and then get the key and then go to the other half and do the same.
Oh, so wait, I just immediately warp back to the title screen in F6, or what do you want me to do?
Yeah, warp to the title screen F6.
I mean, that's just putting me on level 9, but... Or no, it's not, hold on. So this is just a doorless version of the dungeon then, right?
Yes, it means we can save the key for later.
Okay.
Which helps with skipping pretty much all of level 5.
I like the shitty palette and awful title screen music.
Yeah, we'll be hearing a lot of that.
That is unfortunate. I assume I do have to kill the wall masters and stuff, right?
Yeah, you do. Unfortunately, you can't get the potion because we're in doors don't work, and that includes walkthrough walls and bomb walls.
Alright. Okay, hold on. Let me actually, turn down the in-game volume a little bit, because it's kind of obnoxious. That might help with people being able to hear anyway. Yeah, pfft. Okay. $3. Skipping 5 does sound like a pretty good thing. I will not miss it.
Yeah, we skip the majority of 5. I think 5 is about 5 minutes long, 4 minutes long, I don't know.
So in the chat they're saying that there's a way to get both items at the beginning. How does that work? Because I've not heard of that being the case.
Get both items, I heard of that too. I tried and I failed. However,
Oh, fuck. I reset without actually saving. Okay, we're doing that again. Fuck this. Why is this so loud? I hate... That's the problem with, like, I can't actually have your audio and the game audio balanced because every time the MIDI changes, Zelda Classic, like, resets the volume. So...
I think you can change the sound effects manually so that it doesn't, like, if you hit pause and then there should be a...
yeah, there is. It doesn't work, though. Like, I've tried it before, like, I'll turn everything down. And, okay, well now it's actually... Let's see. Huh, that might actually stay. I think it still resets it every time I go into a new D map, but we'll find out. This is... yeah, no, the sound effects are still super loud, but that's okay. What the hell am I doing? I have the boomerang already. That's the problem, is I keep forgetting what I'm supposed to do.
And here's Baba Ganoush.
I like Baba Ganoush.
I'm just gonna get some water real quick.
Save, load, continue. And there we go.
Sounds reasonable to me. When I walk in the room, everyone gets thirsty.
Okay. Do you has Little Caesars?
I do. Why?
I don't know, I was just wondering what that was. I like this flashing block, too. It's pretty good. Bagels and the bagels and bagels and the bagels. That's the entire song. It's a song about goddamn bagels. Why would you pee? Why would you pee?
I return having drank some water.
Not allowed. Okay, so I basically just need to remember that I actually need to save. That would be helpful.
Yeah, later on there's a lot more title screwing warps, and you basically need to save.
So, I know in, like, normal Zelda speedrunning, the boomerang is never required, and the only reason it's ever required in this game is because of the way I, like, place enemies at the opposite end of the screen you have to hit. Is there a way to avoid that in this, or...?
Yes, there actually is.
So do I actually not need Magic Boomerang?
You do need the magic boomerang, however, because if we wanted to skip the boomerang, it would cost us about 10-20 minutes.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely faster to get the magic boomerang.
I assume because you have to, like, wrong warp to bypass the screens that require it.
Yeah, and then you have to come back with enough hearts to get a sword, and it's just a bunch of stuff, and you have to backtrack and double dip several dungeons. Get a bunch of out-of-way heart pieces.
God, the freaking shitty Mega Man music. It's just never gonna leave.
It'll leave eventually.
When we're done with levels 1 and 3, I guess.
Yeah, for the most part. Level 2 is actually very vanilla.
Overly loud sound. I've seen the video of the guy getting bitten by a giant centipede recommended, but I've not actually watched the video. Because that seems like that would be an unpleasant time.
Yeah, the main reason why I routed getting the boomerang first is so that you can get the red candle and then backtrack to the screen with the Ballmaster so that you can just save a bomb instead of having to blow them up.
Oh, that would make sense. Also, free bombs, might as well get them. So it's certainly not going to be an optimized run, I'm just kind of saying what the route is like.
Oh yeah, it's not been tested, so if it fails completely because I overlooked something, well, we'll have to route on the fly.
So, wait, for the boss here, can I wrong warp to just avoid killing the boss, or...?
No, you have to kill the boss. And if you wrong warp in level 1, then...
Oh yeah, then it would give me the wrong Triforce, that's right.
Yeah. For those unaware, the Triforce is based on the specific level that you pick it up in. So, we can actually do a glitch to pick up level 2's Triforce, but it'll trick the game into thinking that it's level 4, and that will give us the Triforce for level 4, as opposed to level 2.
Yeah, so if I pick it up in the title screen D-map, I think it's set as level 10, so that wouldn't quite fly. Alright, so do I just progress normally to level 2?
Yeah, just progress normally to level 2. Level 2 is basically completely vanilla, except instead of getting the key in the bottom left leg, you just use one of the spare keys you already have.
Do I just never get that key?
You get it later.
Okay. Hey.
Hey!
This is a good screen, I like this one. So I'm fairly sure that the Triforce in the Easter egg area is a level 0 Triforce, so you said that that does count as 8?
No, it does not. So we will be picking it up to warp to fight faster, but it doesn't actually help us.
Alright. I like the centipede discussion going on, it's pretty good. Luckily for me, I do remember where most burnable things are. Not all, but most. I don't need to get heart pieces, right?
You don't, but I mean, if you want to, go ahead.
Nah. I remember you were saying that there was, like, a way to get the white sword in a weird way, because you wouldn't collect the heart containers from the first levels, but... Was that just for, like, random doing stuff out of order for the sake of it purposes, or...?
I was experimenting on doing it swordless and skipping level 2 for later, but that turned out to not be possible.
Because the only Triforce pieces that actually, like, do anything worthwhile are 3 for giving you access to the clouds, 6 for getting you into the level 6 cutscene. 6 also gives you access to level 7 normally, but I assume you found a way to bypass that.
No, we do not. I did plan on using the old version that doesn't have the that allows you to skip getting that, but it turns out that the new version is faster.
Okay. So I don't go into the left leg here, right?
Correct. You just use one of the keys you already have.
Complete blackness, seems legit. Oh, I'm sad I lit it up. I like how I forgot that you would actually light up the room with the candle.
We don't need to see.
Seeing is for pack mules.
We don't need to seize.
Well, we definitely do need to seize. Alright, I do have to kill these. I know my own game, I promise. Has been a while since I played it, though. And flame cancel the cheese.
Make that melted cheese.
Go through the rest of the dungeon in pitch blackness. So I just do the rest of the level normally, right?
Yes, when you get the Triforce, however, you have to re-enter level 2 to set our continue point.
I think you mean the Lido. Gotta use the proper terminology.
Yeah, that's right. To set the Lido.
I love how I can just do this blind.
So that screen is actually unique because it's split up into 2 separate screens. It allows us to actually glitch into that and skip the cheese. However, that's kind of
Wait, what do you mean?
The screen where you enter a cave and then enter a different cave.
Oh, right. So, were you talking about, like, wrong warping into it, or...?
Kind of, yes. We would wrong warp to the screen directly above it, and then walk downwards.
Was that just for, like, various shenanigans? It's not in this route? Or...
Yes, for various shenanigans, not in this route.
I do like shenanigans. Didn't flame cancel the bow. Run is invalid.
Reset. Gotta try again.
Gotta get the
make
land
this
dive.
most optimized.
I like how the music in this is just... Like, I put in this song as a placeholder, and then just decided I liked it and kept it.
I read a post somewhere that said, remember with game design, if you put something as a placeholder, there's a 50% chance that it'll become the final version.
Sounds about right.
So yeah,
Flame cancel the heart container.
Re-enter level 2, and then save and quit to the title screen and get the white sword.
Okay. So I re-enter level 2, set the Lido, save, quit, get white sword.
Yes.
Alright. Okay. Save. Turn on again. Get white sword. And then I assume I, like, save again and then title screen warp?
Correct. That will put you into 3B, allowing you to save the super bomb.
Okay. That's cool. I'm Bikdip because I glitched and got the blue ring at the very beginning of the game. Alright, we are now in Gutsman Dungeon.
Yeah, we don't even have to push the statue, because the door's just open.
Right. Oh, I guess I didn't have to kill the boss either. Oh well.
Yeah, but well, yeah. It was an easy thing to kill.
Okay, now what do I do?
You get the super bomb from 3A, you get the cheese from 3C.
Okay, so I just leave the level normally, or do I warp?
Leave it normally.
So I go get the super bomb, and then just do section 3.
Yeah. We don't do the part with the boots, however. We do not get the boots yet.
Alright. This is Cavin. He's the one who came up with a lot of these tricks and is routing the game, basically.
Basically,
this is fine.
I just killed it. I killed the entire game.
Yeah, a little bit. That's okay. I will force BA3 to not be compatible with this version, and we won't have to worry about such things. Or better yet, I'll just leave these things in because they're kind of amazing.
I'd say leave them in.
God, I can't even imagine. Like, obviously, with the game not being made yet, I don't know exactly how everything's gonna work, but I know that there's gonna be a shit ton of, like, behind-the-scenes crap going on with, like, cutscenes and shops that give you money and weird stuff like that, and so I'm just imagining how broken it would be.
If we didn't need to get this cheese, we could, I mean, technically we don't need this cheese, so we can actually skip getting the level 1 power bracelet entirely. It is, however, slower.
Whenever you say that, I always... Okay, hold on, let me get rid of my sword vams. Oh, I still have them, goddammit. Okay, there we go. Whenever you say something is slower, I always assume that basically means that there's a way to wrong warp to something, but it's not efficient.
Well, not really a wrong warp in this sense. I mean, we do wrong warp to get the boots, to skip the cheese. So...
Okay, well, I just got the cheese, so... What am I doing next?
To get the boots, not the cheese, pardon me. Now you go to the ladder in 3F, and you use the wrong warp to save the key.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to think... So normally I use the cheese to get into 4, I get the boots. I use the boots to get into 5, I get a key, and then I go into 6, use the key to get the ladder. So I do use the key here, right? Or oh no, I wrong warp.
You do not. You wrong
Okay,
warp,
so
you save the key.
So save, reload, do this, and then there we go. Yeah. That despawns locked doors. I forgot about that. What the hell's with these off-colored tiles? Do I have to kill these mold orms?
No. Just go through the open doors.
I couldn't remember if they dropped anything.
Then, after you get the ladder, we head to level 4. The first half of level 4 is basically vanilla. Can't really wrong warp or do anything funky there.
So why do we need the ladder for 4?
We don't need the ladder for 4, we just need the ladder, period.
Okay. So level 3 happens much later, I'm assuming?
Yeah, we get the Triforce from 3 much later.
Okay. I can only imagine why. I guess we'll find out. You don't have to tell me. Do I want to activate warp rings, or are they not useful?
You activate that warp ring later, so you might as well do it now.
Okay. Alrighty. Alright, level 4, let's go.
So you want to know what the best part about this particular route is? Not only do we skip the majority of level 5, we also skip all of the terrible rafting maze in the Death Mountains.
Oh, thank God. So we're getting rid of all the worst parts of the game, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, no, because level 6 is still in this, I assume.
Yeah, but we don't really need anything.
Yeah.
Let's just get the Triforce and leave.
Yeah, because I mean, the lens and
or the
lens and medallion are both optional. The mirror shield I don't think is ever needed.
mirror shield isn't needed, but it would help. It's up to you.
I'm gonna be hardcore-yo. I'll probably die a lot, but I am curious if I can do it.
Early versions of the route involved actually getting this hookshot swordless. It was fun.
Oh. I like how you say early versions, and by that you mean yesterday.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because all of this has happened in the space of, like, 36 hours. Like... Okay, so I got hookshot. Do I just complete the rest of the level until I get the whistle, or...?
Yeah, you need the flute. Flute, whistle, whatever.
Yeah, musical instrument of varying names.
Fun fact, I've actually grown to calling it the whistle because the whistle, or the flute rather, because the flute starts with the letter F and is not abbreviated with a W. And it's a long story involving Zelda 1 randomizer and the tracker I use, but basically I had a bunch of other items that were abbreviated, like WA for wand and WS for white sword. And I didn't want just W for whistle, so I just changed it to flute for F.
Whatever works.
Just fill in the time.
One of these days, I'm gonna frickin' waste the super bomb, and it's gonna be good.
You better not. Then the run's kind of dead. I mean, we are about to use the super bomb right after 5 or 4.
Oh, okay.
So, let's
Blowing
like
up
this
the
now,
blue
so-
wall in level 5, I assume.
Yeah, you use it to skip the first key. So, how we're going to wrong warp to the fairy pond. So from the start, go to the overworld.
Well, I still need to get the ocarina, so hold on.
Yeah,
Or flute, or whistle, or recorder, or whatever.
close. Electroterra, this is a heavily glitched speedrun.
Ah.
With wrong warps and stuff that I found.
Actually, I wonder if boosting myself up the ladder with the candle is actually faster. Okay, so I got whistle. So where am I going now?
Go to the first dungeon, the ending part, and then leave to the overworld, save and quit, and warp on the title screen.
Okay, so I'm going to save and quit, go into level 1C, and then save and quit again, and then title screen warp?
Leave level 1C to go to the overworld.
Okay.
Yes, and that will take you to a glitched area filled with red. Once you do that, you need to go down to the very bottom half tile of the screen. Go 2 screens
Well, hold
to
on.
the
I'm
right, and then go down.
trying to do this first part. Okay, so I'm on a glitched red screen.
Go down to the very bottom half tile. So that
Oh shit.
half of your body's off screen.
Okay.
And then go 2 screens to the right, and then go down. You should hit a side warp.
Good.
So now we're over here.
I can get 100 rupees if I want. But no, let's...
Now you backtrack through the forest to the warp road.
To the 3-star warp?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's how we skip the entire terrible rafting maze.
Sounds good to me. Ah, shit. Have to kill these to push the rock. Am I going into level 5?
You need the level 2 bracelet first.
Okay. Right.
Sorry,
Oh, here's a random,
medallion.
here's a random heart piece, because why not? Oh, I get to shoot at a wall segment.
Yeah, this screen is one of the main reasons why we need to get the bow and arrow right away.
Eh.
So yeah, then we enter level 5.
Boy. I do not actually have the layouts of level 5 and 8 memorized, so hopefully I will not have too much problem with them.
Good.
I think I know most of 5. 8's the one that usually confuses me. Oh, that's not a push HW, never mind.
Yeah. So in 5, there's a key early on before the super bomb spot. We're gonna need to get that.
Okay, trying to remember how you get that.
It's just to the left, and then in the top right corner, top left corner rather, you go not on the very top, but in, yeah, you're going the right way.
Okay. Yeah, it's like I vaguely know how this maze is laid out, but I never remember the specifics. Should I continue warp or?
It's up to you. 6 of one, half dozen of the other to make it back.
Okay. Now I want to blow up the super bomb thing.
Yes, blow up the super bomb.
Do I ever get the letter?
Yeah, we do need the letter, but we'll get that after we get the Triforce.
Okay.
So once you've blown up with the super bomb, you need to get one of the keys and just make your way to the raft section.
So, I know that level 5 is glitched, and there's a way to save a key from it normally, but I don't know how you actually do that. So you might have to direct me around a bit.
You can actually save 2 keys. 3 if you save the super bomb. Yeah, you are going the wrong way.
So basically, I want to get a key, and then I take the warp next to it, right? Or do I not do that?
Not the warp next to it.
Okay, so I want to take
warp in the very middle of the maze.
Alright. Oh my god. No. I need to have a map of this thing open. God, level 5
Hey,
sucks.
on the bright side, we skip all of the rafting part of this level.
Oh, thank God.
That's one of the main advantages why we don't get the boots now. We save the cheese for later. For here.
Yeah, I did a speedrun of this game before it was released. It was the first video I ever recorded, I think. It was either that or some of the Mario 64 video quiz stuff, but it was definitely the first commentated thing I ever recorded.
This speedrun is far more interesting, though. It uses glitches.
Joel did play BA1. He played all 3 of my games. There's the warp.
I think I like Mitch the most just because of its unique style, and then I like BA2, then I like BA1.
So this is the warp I want, right, by the button?
Yes, by the button.
Here's the waffle. So now I go towards the rafting maze, but don't actually go into it, and then just take the warp there.
Correct. Then once there, you just take use your keys
crap.
and your cheese and get to the boss, and also pick up the raft.
Rare. I like the unnecessary boss roar. So why do I not get the other key here? I just never need it.
You do get the other key here. In fact, you're going to get it right after you kill the boss.
Okay.
We just do it like this because there's no easy way to get back from after you get that key, since yeah.
So I get the raft and then I go right and kill the boss?
Yes. Nah, you ignore the raft and we get it 17 months later.
I mean, knowing this route, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, touche.
Come on. This is a good boss fight, I like it.
Did you intend for this to be done in the doorway?
Pretty much. No, I mean, not really, but when I started, like, playing this game at a professional level, I'm just gonna go with that in quotes, then I determined you could do that. Okay, so Triforce, right?
Yeah, Triforce. And then re-enter and go get the other key in the second part and take the warp to get the letter.
Alright. Anyway, in response to Cheese there, where do BA1 and BA2 fit into the Zelda timeline? I know you're kidding, but there is technically a placement for them. I just won't be saying anything. That's spoilers, yo. And by that, I mean it has nothing to do with the Nintendo timeline, but they are tangentially linked to them. Okay, I think I want to go this way. I don't freaking remember. BA3 is an Ocarina of Time hack. That'll be something different. There we go. Okay, take the warp, get the letter, and then I leave.
Save and quit. And then do the same thing you did to go to the fairy pond.
So I do the fairy pond thing again, okay.
Yes.
Let me see if I remember how to do that. I go into level 1, leave, title screen warp, go down to the bottom, go right twice, and then go down?
Correct.
Okay.
I
Oops.
think if we hold down when we enter the room with the text, we can skip the text.
Okay.
Not entirely sure.
Okay, so we go in here, we set the Lido, go here, continue warp. Oh, I did it wrong. Okay. do this, then set it. Do this, continue warp. Here we go. I like the empty screens, they add character. There we go. Okay, we're at the fairy pond. So where to next?
Level 6. So the dark rocks that just warp you immediately to the southern part near the waterfall. And then once there, we're gonna need to buy super bombs, third letter, and money that we don't have.
Okay.
So I didn't actually do routing with money because I kind of was like, yeah, you'll get plenty of money, so you might want to get that 100 secret in the forest after all.
Yeah, probably. How many super bombs do I have to buy?
Technically just 2.
Okay, well I can buy one of them. I guess I'll get the other one later. Shit! Get the other one later. Oh, they're 35. I thought they were 50. Okay. So that's not too far off.
I think buying 3 would be a little bit faster since we wouldn't have to get the freebie in level 7. However, it really doesn't mean much.
I'm gonna so frickin' die. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go into level 6 and continue warp in order to get my health back. That's not gonna mess anything up, is it?
No, we were supposed to go to level 6 next right now, anyway.
Right, I just... Oh, God. I really need to not die. Nope, there we go. Oh, well.
Rip.
I can go get money now.
You can continue on the title screen, I think, and it should preserve your,
Oh, actually... Yeah, maybe it will. Let me
Wait,
see.
no, it wouldn't. It wouldn't, because we did a double wrong warp.
Instead, it takes me into ice. Okay. Good. I like this. That was a good warp. I liked that one. That is an inexplicable noise. No, no, no.
I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
It's, I mean, you told me before I did it. I just wanted to see where it put me. Oh, God. Yeah, it's Inexplicable Noise 4. It's from the YouTube poop called Clumsy, Truthful, Wholesome, Small Mage Koopas. This is the dumbest shit. I just love how you can do this. Alright, let me grab that money. Clumsy, Truthful, Wholesome, Small Mage Koopas. It's a good name for a good thing.
Money dollars.
Nothing wrong with the money dollars. No, clearly the best way to get money in the speedrun is to continuously buy the 50 rupee thing for 49 rupees.
Clearly. Man, routing BA1 was such a pain because you need so much money in that game.
Yeah, that's why when I did my speedrun of that game way back in the day, I just fucking used the cheat code. I should try to actually run that game, though. I'm curious how well it would go.
Well, now you can steal my route.
Indeed. Get your super bombs here, you little twipe there, chokes, rad bastard. Must see this text at least 3 times. So I do need one more bomb, then?
You can see it. Yeah, I guess.
Will BA3 have the GS ball? Probably not. I don't plan on that being in there.
My run is not on Speedrun.com because I have not submitted it yet, and because it's a meme.
Poor Cammer.
I'm surprised the Bikdip's Adventure is a series on speedrun.com.
Wait, it is?
Let alone, yes, all 4 games.
Wait, all 4 games.
BA1, BA2, Ocarina of Typewriter, and SRS, and Majora's Mastiff. I can't talk.
Excellent. I'll have to check that out. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, so level 6. I just go straight to the end?
Yep, just go straight to the end. I will assume you know how to do that.
Yeah. Vaguely. Have to take the stupid route.
So with the invisible dark nuts that we have to fight, they aren't actually that bad, because, or at least for a speedrunner like myself, because I fight dark nuts all the time, them being invisible or hard to see doesn't really mean much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good at fighting dark nuts, so I think I should be okay.
They are a little bit easier.
What do you
to
call a
fight in,
cow with no
Zelda,
legs?
yeah.
It's ground beef, right? Yeah.
Suggestion for the boss, use arrows.
Now, I don't actually remember if I set that screen as a dungeon boss. So, it could be, like, is it the kind of thing where you can kill one, leave, come back, and they're all dead?
No, you have to kill all 3.
So I guess I didn't set it as a dungeon boss then. Alright then.
Yeah, what I found works kind of nicely is just camping the edge with arrows.
These cheesy breadsticks are really good. We should try one.
I will probably have one later then. I like Little Caesar's crazy bread as it is, so...
Yeah, I got the Italian cheese bread this time because I wanted to try that, and it's really good. It's a lot better than the crazy bread. Oh, I forgot that there was marinara sauce. Oops. Okay.
Marinara sauce. Oh, that was wrong? Okay, then. I thought I didn't take the top one. Brown bricks in Minecraft. Alright, time for arrow spam.
Good luck.
Oops, and we immediately go off screen. Actually, fuck it, I'm just using sword names. Oh, nope. It's risky, but it can be done. There we go.
Risky business again.
Nicely done. So yeah, just save and quit to skip the cutscene, and then just flip to 6.
Okay. Do I face left for that?
Maybe, probably, definitely, yeah, you would.
Pork Hammer is from iCarly, and the one that we refer to specifically is from an iCarly YouTube coop called Freddy Ruined Sam's Life. Okay, so now I do level 7, or...
Yeah, now you go to level 7. Do you remember the maze path? Or the forest path?
Not really. I mean, I'll try to brute force my way through it, but yeah, not really.
So level 7 is where things start to get interesting.
Oh, start. Yeah, I don't remember this path for shit. I don't actually even remember the progression of screens that I go through to get to it.
It's just all 3 bottom row screens.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you had to dip into the top one and then, like, get out of it. There, I think I got it.
Nice. So, for the most part, 7 is just completely vanilla.
Hmm.
When you get the water walking medallion, however, then we'll have to do some shenanigans.
Alright. I have not played level 7 in quite a long time. Because the last time I played this game was the blind playthrough last year, in which I stopped after level 6.
I can try and help you through it.
I mean, I know most of it, it's just I haven't done it in a while. Yeah, BA3 has not technically started development, it's just in... It's been in planning for a number of months. I have most of the game figured out, at least vaguely. I just haven't actually started anything on it. Do-do-do-do, and then music ends. Clearly I'll go through the wall to the cheat code hint.
I was actually hoping that it would be useful for run work, but it is not.
So I think I want to take the first ladder last, for speedrun reasons.
Yes, you do. So you want to blow up the waffle first? To, open that up.
And I do middle path, I think. And there's a bug on my arm. No, I do top path. Actually, no, what do I do here?
Bottom.
Oh, it's bottom? Huh, okay. Right, now I remember.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of backtracking in the 7 because continue points are everywhere and
Yeah.
it's extremely out of the way.
So, do I actually use this other super bomb, or do I...
Oh yeah, you do.
Okay.
Because you need to go back the way you came.
Clearly, saving to the title screen and coming all the way back would save time.
Yeah, totally. Totally not. I mean, we do come back to level 7 later
Oh.
to get the Triforce.
Oh, okay.
We get everything but the Triforce in this run, and then we just get the Triforce later.
What the hell?
You'll see why.
I'm trying to remember how I do this. Okay, I think I remember. I think I fall in a pit on this screen and then go through the basement. Yeah, up the ladder.
Yep. The real question is, do you remember the maze path?
Maybe? I'll find out when I get there.
If you don't, I happen to have memorized it.
I know it's not particularly complicated.
Now, if you know the general shape of level 7, you can just deduce it.
Yeah. Oops. This song now has different connotations since there's a song in Sonic 06 that's like identical to it. I like how this level was supposed to be a factory at one point, and then it just kind of wasn't one. And so I just changed all the text in the game that referred to it as a factory and changed it to say warehouse.
And then you changed the title of it to an extremely terrible pun.
Dude, where's my house? It's a good pun, I don't know what you're talking about.
So you can save time. When you hit the switch, just hit F6 and do a regular continue.
Right. I think I do that in my run. Brrr. This level sucks because it has actual continue points.
does. Now, level 7 is a treasure trove for setting your continue point. There's still a lot of screens you can't set it to, but there are a lot of screens you can.
Down first? Yeah, down, right, up, right. I'll figure it out. I think right again. Yeah, then down, then left, then down. Okay, I remembered it.
Nice.
To the left is just a laptop, right?
Yeah, just a laptop.
The robots in this level are Stalfoses and Gibdos. I used those because in Zelda 1 graphics, they're both just a single sprite that flips horizontally to animate, and so I didn't really have much to work with, so I just kind of made it a generic, like, symmetrical robot design with a flashing eye.
So I'm actually trying to remember what the 2 enemies in level 9 are. Or, I mean, the bonus level. We got Bull's voices, and what are the other ones?
Like-likes.
Like-likes?
Yeah.
Smiley faces were like-likes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't recall them eating you, but okay.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, because I remember you made really good use of the Aginis in level 8.
I'm still quite proud of those. They were cool. I think I explained how I made those things work, where I had to, like, make all of the water tiles half walkable so they could walk through them, but you can't. It was kind of funky how that worked out.
Very cleverly done, because Z-Quest has some weird stuff if things are only walkable on the top half and not the bottom.
Yeah, in version 1.84, there was this weirdness with how half-walkable tiles worked. Like, at the beginning of BA1, you know how there's the line of Armoses that, like, one of them has the money underneath and all that? Like, with the way that collision worked in Zelda Classic 184, you could kind of, like, go into a corner block to the left of the Armoses, which was solid on 3/4 of it, but walkable on the bottom right. And then from there, you could, like, glitch up into the tile and just bypass the entire row. And you could do that in, like, all sorts of places.
That's pretty good.
Okay, how the hell do you get through this? I don't remember how to get through this screen. Wow, I suck at this. Okay.
I know you can do it without going on the right half at all.
I can't believe I'm, like, having problems with this. It's weird. Okay, here, I think I got it. And gain my health back. Here's a useless screen. I have a tendency to, like, try to make all of my screens have some kind of a point. And I usually fail at this because, like, in my dungeon design, I usually just have a bunch of, like, either empty screens or screens with nothing but a couple blocks in the middle. So, like, in those, I'll always try to at least put, like, some enemies in it or something. And this level, I remember, like, I designed this all out on paper, and there were a few screens I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them. And so I just kind of put, like, a placeholder, and then when I came around to actually making it, I'm like, just stick a pile of enemies, have them drop a fairy or something, whatever, who cares. And that's why there's, like, a room of nothing but buttons, because I didn't know what to put on that one. It was just...
The room of nothing but buttons is pretty unique, in my opinion.
It's a little bit pointless, though.
Pointlessness doesn't necessarily mean bad.
The entire section of this level in which you go through the maze path was also just me not having ideas. Because I was gonna put something else there with like a 2-floor maze of some variety, but I already had like 2 other ones in the level, and I had completely run out of ideas for it, and I'm just like, just make a maze, it'll be fine. I'll just use up 10 screens of the same thing.
Well, it's on the bright side, it's fast. So, interesting stuff happens. So, as soon as you get the water blocking medallion, do a regular F6, continue to go back to the ladder you came from, and then go down the ladder.
Alright.
Then you want to F6, save and quit, and do a title screen wrong warp.
Okay. I like jittering across the boxes with the hook shot. I haven't been doing it, but I like it. How do I get through this screen again? There we go.
I wonder if that saves time.
I don't think it does. I think it's just about the same as the walking speed.
And before it's the new hot speedrunning trick like pumping in Super Metroid.
Yeah.
Saves a few frames.
Arm pumping, back walking. I don't know.
Ghetto jumping.
Hold this up into the... Oh, I was trying to hold it up into the HUD. Oh well. Okay, so we do this, go back down. Now we're... So, do I save while I'm on floor 1, or do I take the ladder back up and save?
Save while you're on floor 1.
Okay. And then title screen warp?
Yes, title screen warp.
Okay.
And
I have successfully crossed the pile of electric barriers, and I guess we're getting the boots.
yep. We don't need the cheese for it.
Oh, good. Whoa. Good.
So once you get the boots, get the key from the ice section of this level.
Oh, am I soft locked? Yes, I am. Okay. Save and quit, I guess.
How are you? Oh yeah, I guess you would be. Save and quit.
How was I supposed to get out of that?
I don't know. I haven't gotten this far in testing.
Oh. Okay, so I'll just return to the level normally.
Yeah, actually, you know what? No, we can get that key later. We can get that key later.
Alright, so what do you want me to do now?
Oh god, what do I want you to do? Panic.
I mean, is my current,
Okay,
is
yeah, I
my...
know exactly what I wanted you to do. Flute 5.
Flute to 5, so that's the actual level 5 entrance, right?
Yes, level 5 entrance and go into the off-color cave.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I found out what the weird sound is that plays after 20 seconds of, like, ocean sound effect. It's just diabetes.
That's pretty good there. So in the off-color cave, enter and then leave it immediately, and then save and quit and do another title screen warp.
Okay. Wait a second, why was that other warp active? Why is this other stake? I know you showed this, but I thought that this was like through some weird manipulation you did. I didn't know that this just normally happened.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Excellent. I like that. Okay, so I leave, I save, quit, and then I title screen warp.
Correct.
Bam. Alright, we are now in the latter half of level 3-G.
Yep, let's get that, yeah. I would have liked to find a warp sooner, but I was unable to, unfortunately. Oh, I just realized, you can save a key here. Huh. Since we skipped the storm to get this key. That was not part of my route, that's sweet.
Fuck. Need to get my sword back. Oh my god. Okay. Can we please?
Should have gotten that mirror shield.
Probably. Okay, fine, we're healing. Don't die! Alright. The thing is, I'm not even, like, more poorly equipped than I would normally be here. Because you wouldn't have the big shield by this point anyway. And we very slowly kill a bunch of land molas.
Yeah, pity that this is ice. Otherwise we could skip the boots entirely.
Yeah. But what about the damaging under combo in the push bushes screen that doesn't exist?
Oh, well, we'll just have to deal with that. I did consider, like, I do wonder if it's possible if you have enough HP and the red ring to, like, brute force, but no, it's not possible. These do way too much.
And we've now corrected the D-map, alright.
Yep, going through warps like that and do that.
Yeah,
Also, did we get 2 spare keys? We did.
Apparently. My goal is basically just to have 6 at the end of level 8, right?
Correct.
So I'm not sure how many I have to actually get from level 8, if any.
I had to get 2 from level 8. However, I can remove one of those immediately because we've got 2 extra keys, and now I can... I'm trying to think of where can I skip another key. There's one key in 8 that takes about 5 seconds to get, so we're getting that one.
Okay. So, stupid question, but I am getting Triforce, right?
Of course, yes. Definitely get this Triforce.
Because this is the one that opens the clouds.
Yeah, and I guess we don't really... Yeah, get this, get the key from the ice part of this level.
Okay.
So, originally I had a wrong warp plan to get the key in level 2, which is why we didn't get it earlier. But getting the key in level 2 still takes some time, and setting up the wrong warp, it's a double wrong warp.
Mm.
Basically, we wrong warp from the, from where we got the ferry, do the ferry warp, except we go slightly differently, and we, go to the screen where the guy's like, there's nothing here, but maybe in the pool outside.
Okay.
With the harpies. And then we, wrong warp from that screen, we go outside and wrong warp from that screen on the title screen, and that will take us, no, we do a level 4 wrong warp, and that takes us to as close to the key in level 2 as we can get.
That, sounds pretty great.
But it takes a while. So once you have this key,
Level 4?
no, level 8.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no, we need to, wrong warp to the bonus Triforce.
Oh god, okay. This is gonna be fun.
So do the ferry warp.
Fairy warp, okay, so... Saving. Going to level 1 and leaving. Saving again, and then title screen warping. This really is just the stupidest shit.
It's pretty good though. You'll like what comes next even better though. We're getting into the real fun wrong warps.
I mean, anything involving the fricking, like, Mitch Overworld alternate universe secret is gonna be great, so...
So, once you go to the ferry pond, re-enter the ferry pond.
Okay.
And then, saving quit to the title screen. Then go to the overworld, flute to level 4, and continue from there.
Ah, fuck, okay. Like flute to the clouds?
Yes, flute to the clouds.
Okay. I think this is the right one? Yeah, okay.
And you should be in another screen filled with red.
Oh, am I... So wait, what am I supposed to be doing? Because I'm in the clouds now.
Continue.
I mean, it's full of tiles.
Oh wait, yeah, just so go up one screen, go around to the middle of the screen, then go left. through the wall, and then pick up the Triforce.
Okay. Oh. Alright. So do I have the 4th Triforce piece now?
Oh damn, you do. That's completely unintentional.
Yeah, because it was Mario Sunshine music, so that was definitely level 4.
Good, yeah, you got the Triforce piece. Sweet.
Alright, time to get the red ring.
That was completely unintentional because if you do that warp from the very beginning of level 8, you can warp directly to the Triforce piece in the cloud section and skip the boss entirely. But that works even better.
Okay, so I got the red ring. I assume I'm dropping in this hole.
Yep, drop down the hole.
God, I'm freaking dying. Okay. Arrows.
So now just go to the right and keep going down and follow the path and
Well, hold on until I beat the screen.
Okay. That room with Gibdos just drops the compass.
There actually is no gold ring in 190, so no, this is just the red ring. In BA2 Part 2, the red ring just turns you back into Bargo after being Bikdark, but because that scene never occurs in the first part of the game, I just changed it to these colors. Okay, so I got the, actually, what did I just get? Oh, that was the compass. I didn't need to get that at all.
Yep.
Okay, so following the lower path?
Yeah, go down into the water.
Is this to, like, the wand or something?
Yes, this is to the wand, which, if that Triforce did not update our continue point, we would be able to skip. Sorry, update our, Lido.
I like Lido, it's a good term. Just like dead on balls accurate. Every term must be compared to that one. And get through several more screens of bullshit. No.
Oh, so we do fight a Dig Dogger. I forgot regarding the, was it Dig Dogger?
Okay, got the wand. I am now... There's a key, like, right here, right?
Yeah, get that key.
Okay. And don't die. Alright. So you'll have to direct me to the book, because I don't know where that is.
So just go to the right a bunch. Yeah.
Take this next ladder down.
Yeah. Go to the right and keep going down. And there should be a bomb hole that leads to the left.
Right, okay. Wait, isn't this just for a key?
Depends on where you are. Yeah, that's the wrong bomb hole.
Okay. Because I remember the one that... It's like the one that drops you in the pool, right?
Yes. Soggy book.
Yeah, here we go. Shit.
I can't believe we can just get the fourth Triforce like we did.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I'm really fucking hating these whiz robes.
And we have the red ring also.
Yeah. One of the fish is just stuck. God, how much health do Guineas have? 9?
Enemies have 9 health.
Ugh.
So 5 hits both your arrows. I mean, granted, at this point you're kind of supposed to have the magic sword.
Alright, I now have sword beam. games at least, so I can stop consuming my freaking money. Alright, so now we go to the boss, I guess, and
Yep, the boss.
Is that just down from here?
No, it's not. I have to go back up.
Right, okay. Like, I vaguely know the layout of this level, but it's been a long time, and I definitely don't remember where all the keys are or how everything really connects all that well. This is, this, along with level 6, were designed essentially by just making a grid and then connecting them randomly. And then that's your screen layout, and then I'm just like, this room gets a key, and this room gets a key, and then...
Everyone gets a new key.
Yeah.
A new car.
Also, this was the level that was made inside the closet, inside the other closet. That's my favorite tidbit about it.
Made inside the other closet. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, because in Harrison's bedroom, he had a walk-in closet inside of a walk-in closet with a computer in it. And this computer was from, like, 1985. And it was somehow able to run Zelda Classic 190, and we made it on that computer, so it was inside the closet, inside the other closet.
I'm not sure which is worse. The fact that the computer from 17 years ago could run Zelda Classic.
I don't think it was actually as old as I'm saying. It was just a really old, shitty computer.
Or the fact that a closet has a closet inside of it.
Oh, these are gonna be fun. I don't even have potions.
Rip. Yeah, I didn't really think much about combat for this. I was just like,
I'm actually doing really well. I don't know if I'm getting lucky, or if it's just because I have the red ring, or...
Must be because you have the red ring. I mean, they only do half a heart per hit.
Alright, now we get to kill these fish and wait for the skull to come back down.
So, I just want to, we don't really need to do this. We can just warp to 4 and take the warp there, but re-enter, once you get the Triforce, re-enter the top left corner, because I just want to show off the wrong warp to the level 4 Triforce.
Okay. Doodle-dum. Doodle-dum. Ba-dum-ba-dum. Diabetes. So go into the level and then save, or go into the level and leave and save?
Go into the level and save. And then go to the title screen, flute the clouds in 4, and then continue. I forgot to set your game icon.
Ah, shit. Stupid Garbo face.
Hello, attack of the Garbo.
Yo. Okay. Okay, so now just continue warp.
Yes.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, it does, although getting the extra Triforce works even better. So just take the staircase, I guess. And
Yeah.
you want to take the staircase warp. The warp ring to the island, floating island with the heart piece.
Alright.
And from here, we'll swim back into level 7.
Isn't there a rock barrier here? Okay, no, I was thinking of something else. Okay, back in level 7.
Go kill the boss. You'll probably want to get the magic sword.
Yeah, probably.
Seeing as how it's about 2 seconds away. So yeah, that's, do you understand now why we, left 7 for a little bit?
Just to get the red ring, or...
Well, it's so that we can skip getting the cheese out of level 5 and skip the entire rafting portion. Because otherwise,
Well, I'm not sure why I didn't complete this level all in one go, though.
Oh, that and then re-enter to set the warp? That's because it's slightly faster, I think. Just saves a few screens. Extra screens. Granted, getting the magic sword earlier for level 8 would also help, so who knows. Also, red ring for Death Knight, rather. That's another reason.
Well, I mean, not like you're ever gonna get hit by the Death Knight anyway if you do this.
This Death Knight.
Yeah, you died quite a few times against this. If you hide on the bottom of the screen, it can't do jack shit.
I'm seeing this.
So what Triforces do I not have?
You have all of them.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Somehow. So now it's wrong warp to level 9. So.
Oh, well, hold on. I'm in the alternate universe. Can I do anything with this?
No.
Oh.
Just save and quit to the title screen, go back to where we get the fairy thing, do the fairy warp, except don't actually go to the fairy.
Okay, hold on. Wait, can I just whistle to, like, level 6 and be over there?
Yes, but this is faster.
Really?
No, maybe. Actually, no, it would be faster. Just taking the warp to the waterfall.
Oh, yeah. Why make things more complicated when I've actually built in shortcuts? Oh, well.
So you aren't actually supposed to do the fairy warp. You're supposed to go to the red screens, but that's okay.
Oh. Okay, well now I've got to see what this actually involves. Oh,
You
fuck.
just go up.
I messed it up.
That's okay. You just go upwards, and you stumble. You were supposed to stumble into the alternate universe Zelda, and then she just teleports you to level 9.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna do it anyway, just to show it off.
So overall, what did you think of the route and stuff?
It's incredibly stupid, and therefore I love it. So you want me to go up and then back down?
Yeah, go up. Fun fact, we can also use this conglomeration of red screens and stuff to warp to the bonus level without actually unlocking it.
Alright, there we go. Duv, 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 duv. So I think I actually got an extra super bomb that I didn't need.
Yeah, it's because you got the extra one from 7 by killing all the enemies.
Oh, I thought you said I had to get that.
I mean, it's 6 one, half dozen the other. It's about the same as. Maybe it's a bit slower than killing the other things. I don't know. Than buying, rather, another one. Saves money, at least.
Yeah. Now I get to fight a bunch of Octoroks on crack, yeah. Oh, and also, like, 12-headed Gleeok.
Loud fun. The return of the 40-headed Gleeok.
I don't think it's actually 40, though.
There's one in the part 2, isn't there? You get a clock.
Is there? Not in BA2 Part 2? I don't think there is.
I think, or maybe that's Mitch.
I mean, I know BA1 has, like, a couple of 12-headers, and then there's a 40-header in level 9. Mitch, I don't remember how many. Like, there's definitely...
Was it BA1? Oh yeah, it was BA1. I just skipped all of level 9 in my speedrun, so...
Right.
I had completely forgotten.
Okay, well, I mean, this is basically the end of the game right here, so...
GG.
Rather than actually get to the ending of the game, let me just check what my time is. So, hour 10 with a bunch of messing around. And now I'm going to do this, because I have an extra super bomb. just kind of feel like doing this because it's stupid. Now we get to route part 2. Right now. No.
Oh god, no. So actually, yeah, I think this is faster than a BA1.
I don't remember what my time on that was.
Well, my time on BA1 was 57-ish.
Oh, well, I meant like... never mind. I thought you said this was faster than my, like, other speedrun of BA2.
Oh.
I assume it probably is.
Oh yeah, definitely, because we skip, like, all of level 5, the terrible rafting sections. We skip a lot. We skip all of the Forester Crabbiness, including the Octorocker and Crack.
Time to do this garbage. Best secret.
This is one of the few reasons why I probably wouldn't do a 100% speedrun. Getting the Master Sword.
Oh, wait, do I have to super bomb this cave?
Yeah, it's a super bomb.
Okay, cheat codes, go.
Except aren't you doing the regular version, not the stream version?
Yes. Doesn't matter, I can still give myself super bombs.
Oh, right, yes, you can, right.
Diabetes.
You know, if you just press B, you don't get super bombs, but if you pause and then do it manually, you get super bombs.
Yeah. Doing this without potions. Well, I killed the Death Knight at least.
Amazing.
Ah, shit. And now the Dig Dogger is black. Nah, I don't think I'm actually gonna bother with this garbage. This is yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen this, this is part of a long sequence of really stupid secrets that leads to nothing of any real worth. It's just kind of an Easter egg.
Well, if you kill all those bosses, you get the Master Sword.
Yeah. And it leads you to the bonus Triforce, and then you go from there to... yeah. It's freaking stupid. Alright, well that was a thing. And now because I feel like it, I'm going to just kind of play the second half of the game. But normally, I guess. I know there is a continue bug because I used it in my my regular speedrun of this, but hell if I know how to activate it.
Shall I hop out of the call?
I mean, you've been through all of this. You might as well stay for this part if you want to. It's up to you, really.
Might as well then. I will try to recall how I did the continue bug in my LP.
I mean, I think all I do is, like, go into one of the, I go into, like, a pit for the 2-floor maze, and then just continue, and it takes me... I don't remember. I'd have to look at the video.
I think if you continue where you rescue Grandpappy from the cage, if you, like, die to them, it takes you to a screen filled with a bunch of other stuff. Like, just void screens that we can wander around in until we find anything, really.
There's also a, like, fast route through the quiz show, but I definitely don't have that memorized, so I'm just gonna pick randomly.
Must run this game on Japanese to save time on text.
Yes. The best part about the quiz show is Big Dark's shitty toupee. I love that thing. Is it 16 or 20? I don't actually remember.
20 art pieces, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So that was a fun question right there. What is a benefit of playing this in 192? And the correct answer is better sound quality because, yeah, running the DOS version of 190, there's like this other program you have to run called agconfig that like tells it what drivers to use for your sounds, and it's pretty bad. It doesn't like there were actually MIDIs that I wanted to use in the game that I had to specifically not include because they wouldn't work correctly. And the thing is, like, when I did that, I assumed that was just going off of my computer's specific settings, and they could have sounded fine on other computers, whereas ones that I had might have sounded awful on other computers. So it's like, it was just, I don't know. I'm so glad that it doesn't freaking use DOS anymore.
I'm actually curious how you did the whole quiz show, because I'm trying to think. You only had side warps and tile warps in 192.
Yeah.
So obviously going down is a side warp, and then left and right are tile warps, but then...
Yeah, here, I can show it off. I have this whole thing mapped out. Let me find the folder for it. Give me a minute.
Because as far as I can tell, if one of the tile warps left or right is correct, then the other one must be correct also, except that's obviously not the case.
Yeah, no, there's a way I got around that.
I mean, in newer versions, you can have up to 4 separate tile warps and 4 separate side warps on the same screen.
So here's the image of the map. It doesn't really explain a whole lot, but this is at least how it's set up. You've got the 5 screens up here, which lead to the warp ring, and then from there, it just deposits you into various sections of the quiz. And then this tells me, like, which is the correct answer. The way those work is down here. If down is correct, then the side warp takes you to the correct screen, and the tile warps don't. If left is correct, I have a tile warp here, and a side on the right and the bottom, and then opposite for this. So basically, it's just like, it depends on which is the correct answer. I sometimes have a tile warp on the edge of the screen.
Okay, I wasn't sure if there was side warps on the edge. It didn't look like you were going far enough, but okay.
Let's see, what other weird images can I show off? Level 9 flowchart, go. It's not very interesting. It's just kind of a thing that I have in a notebook. Let's see. Enter cave, cutscene 2, get red ring, possible skip cutscene function, gain control of Bargo, enter quiz show. Part of level 9, pick dark. These instructions on quiz. This was all before the update to 192, so this is how the level was planned out in 190. So let's see. Screen with room type warp ring 2. Should read out. It's kind of funky looking at this again.
My god, the arrows on the side.
Yeah.
They're just kind of all over the place.
What other stuff do I have? I've got the, here's the maps of level 7 that I drew out. Like, the reserved section, because this was before I had turned it into, oh no, this is the basement, actually. So the reserved section on this map was never actually used for anything. That was because, yeah, on here it says Big Maze. Like, I just kind of drew that in at the last minute because I was going to have something else there and then couldn't think of anything, so I'm just like, fuck it, Big Maze. I like these, though. They're cool. I'm glad that they still exist. Have anything else on here? Here's my list of all the D maps, because this clearly needs to be seen. And it's also, like, incorrect, because it says that old level 9 is on map 9, which it isn't. I again, this was like before I split it up, so I think I was like trying to give more room for stuff than I really needed. I don't know. Would have been interesting to actually see the quiz show and all that play out in the old version, because it probably would have not worked very well. It would have worked, it just would have been kind of shitty.
What I think would have been interesting is a 2.5 quest that actually combines Mitch and BA2.
And I'm trying to think what that would involve. Oh, what is this music? There's Scrumpy. Also, you said that there was, like, no way to know the answer to that one. It is actually in the README.
Everything's in the README.
Beds. And we have Grandpappy scene. It's that really you? Do mine eyes deceive? Got 100% the entire game. Gotta get to the speed run. Gotta unlock the speed run.
Gotta collect Grandpappy Bikdip.
I mean, you probably can somewhere. He is an item in the part 1 of the quest. I don't know if he still is in this. I think I changed him to a clock. Yeah, that clock on the top of the screen, that's an item.
Amazing.
Either that or it's I don't remember if it's an item or if it's combo cycling, because sometimes it's one and sometimes it's the other, depending on what I had to layer it with. Because you can only combo cycle on layer 0, so if it had to appear above something, then it had to be an item.
I seem to recall you mentioning it was combo cycling on your in your LP, but I'm not entirely sure.
I think it was combo cycling in the whack-a-mole minigame, but it is probably an item on these, because I don't think I would have drawn it with the dungeon graphics below it. Also, this freaking orb on this screen is like the most poorly animated thing ever. I spent like an entire afternoon trying to make this orb rotate with like a certain pattern to it, and then like it goes a certain distance, and then I basically just got sick of it, and I had it just flash color and then go backwards. That was the summer that I got mono.
Looks better than anything I could draw.
There's the freaking glitchy-ass conveyor belt room. I still really like level 9. I know you had a freaking awful time with it.
I wasn't as used to a Zelda Classic when I did level 9 the first time, so most of my opinions were just kind of not entirely accurate.
Grandpappy Bikdip is an item in the first quest because you can't animate in 190, so the little animation of him, like, raising and lowering his cane, I could have just not done, but I had a couple miscellaneous items to work with that I wasn't using for anything else, so I just did that. So one of the miscellaneous items is him, and the other one is the blue orb that Ganon has. Ah, shit. And key's gone. And then there's the dust pile. And then there's the big Triforce piece, which I just turned into, like, the maze path. I like the dust pile item. I'm not sure why it exists.
Why doesn't it exist?
Yeah, I'm supposed to have 7. Block puzzles, go. puzzles that are only annoying because you're constantly being shot at.
You should totally mess up the Vargo and the Bit the Dark minigames.
I mean, you can, it's just... The things are difficult to finish, and like, difficult enough to finish as it is.
Yeah,
So it...
time.
But yeah, so for fun fact, for this section here, you can just walk over this damaging tile because it's fake. But it's like the puzzle is supposed to be basically figuring out that you can do that in the first place. And the reason you can do that is because you don't have the boots. In part 2 of this, if I had given the player the boots, you would have been unable to take damage from the custom boss fight at the end, so you just kind of don't have them. Well, Dust Pile and Big Triforce are both used for the end of the Ganon fight. They're just like... They're items for the sake of the game using for that particular battle. But yeah, they don't actually do anything.
So what do you think is the longest quest you've ever played?
I've not really played that many, so it's gotta be MMDWR. Like, most of the stuff I've played besides the ones that I've done videos on are, like, really old 190 quests where it's basically, like, there were a couple Metroid ones made by Polygon X8.
How about Fall of the Honky Pig?
But I have not played Fall of the Honky Pig. But yeah, there's a couple Metroid ones that were mostly just combat and exploration based. They didn't really have any puzzles. There were a bunch, obviously, that I started but never finished. So those don't really count. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what, like, the longest quests actually are. That is something I'd be interested in finding out, though.
The 2.5 quest that I just finished a few days ago. It has over 90 dungeons.
90 dungeons!
And 5 overworlds.
Why? So were they just trying to make Breath of the Wild, or...?
It's complicated. It's actually a randomizer, too, so, it
Okay.
randomizes the,
Yeah,
which dungeons have what items.
I did know about the randomizer, so you don't actually visit all 90 in one playthrough, right?
Oh, you do visit all the 90 dungeons.
Oh, what the fuck?
I'm not talking about the randomizer for Zelda 1. I'm talking about a Zelda Classic quest that's a randomizer.
Right, I knew that existed, I just didn't know much about it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, there are 300 items and actually more. 326, I think.
What the hell?
Items to pick up. Most of them are just upgrades, like there's 5 different boomerangs and 8 different swords and stuff like that.
So you have your choice between the fire boomerang, the ice boomerang. No, I have no idea.
Nah, most of these stuff, like the boomerangs and stuff, they just are better versions of the one you got. With the exception of the sword, there are actually like 5 different unique swords.
I don't know anything about Link's quest for the hookshot. The name sounds familiar, but I've never looked at anything for it. I don't think I actually needed to solve any of those puzzles. I should have just save warped. Oh well.
Speedrun tricks. It's been ruined.
I just haven't played through this in a long time, so I've just kind of getting in the groove of it. Do I know the path through this maze? No, I do not.
I might.
I mean, I vaguely know the progression of it, but... Okay, so this is for the way back. And bats push me into a staircase. And bats put me... Okay, can you not do that? What the hell? Why do they all spawn in that one spot?
Pile of bats, that's pretty good.
Oh, are you talking about Moosh, I think is the guy's name? I know that I had a viewer named Moosh who was into Zelda Classic. I wasn't sure what he made. I was only kind of vaguely aware. I think I go in this one. But yeah, this 2-floor maze was a good reason for why the game was delayed as it was. I started working on this, or rather, I got to the point where I made everything else in level 9, and then I realized I had to make this, and I basically just put it off for like at least a year and a half. The 2-floor maze, and knowing that I would have to work on a complicated custom boss and credit sequence after completing the 2-floor maze, I was just like, this is a little bit more than I really want to work with right now. I'll do it eventually. Just doesn't touch game for 2 years. It was good.
So I think I saw someone mention this in the chat a little bit ago, but any other plans afterwards? After you're done this, that is?
I don't know. It's not that late, so I might stream something else. I'll probably take a little bit of a break in between, though. Because I do have more Pokemon. I've been wanting to play Metroid Prime again, but I don't think I'll do that tonight. That one I'm not sure about. I like how you have to go through like 60% of this twice.
If it's worth doing once, it's worth doing again. Clearly we'll force you to play that extremely crappy Super Mario 64 ROM hack I made.
Oh god, I forgot about that. Okay, so I want to take the one towards the middle. Ah, shit, I don't remember what staircase I need. I think it's this one. Oh, okay. Yeah, and then I do the top right. I thought about doing more of the streaming a garbage quest thing. I don't know if I'm necessarily in the mood for that, unfortunately. It was, it's something I definitely should do again, but, I don't know.
Clearly I'll just steal your idea and make it in 2.5.
What do you mean?
Just steal your viewer base and just make a Zelda Classic quest similar to that in 2.5.
Oh.
Except not really.
I mean, you could if you want.
I mean, I could, but I have my own nonsense to do.
I like my minigames.
The minigames are pretty good.
Some of them are a little bit shite, but they at least had heart.
I may have stolen your archery minigame that you stole from MMDWR.
Good. I like all the things that I've stolen from other quests. Like the key going into the hole in the wall, which was stolen from a Robin Hood quest that was in the 2005 Fall Expo. Brown bricks. Mine crap. Left leg. Pancake.
It's a pity that there isn't even a, in 2.5 there isn't even a combo flag for just fireball that isn't reflected.
Is there a way to, like, script one?
Probably. God if I knows how.
So I do not remember where the warps are in the treasure hunting game. Also, I like taking damage off screen on these, it's good. There's gonna be a lot of that in BA3, because I have to basically disable items for, like, every cutscene. Because I don't want people fucking with it by throwing the boomerang in the middle of a cutscene, so just have to have a red bubble and a red item bubble on, like, every screen.
In 2.5, you can actually set a DMAP so that certain items are disabled based on DMAP, and you can just disable specific items as opposed to all items. Quite handy.
Trying to remember if I ever need money for anything. I mean, I need it for arrows, but do I get money? I guess I can get it from, like, killing stuff. Yeah.
Don't you need... Yeah, I don't think you need money for anything else. Arrows?
I will need at least one arrow to kill the final boss, but I'm sure I'll get some from killing things.
And at least 3 arrows to kill the, Goma.
Oh yeah. The Goma 4 that just usually doesn't work. So in a fun, in an early version of this minigame, you would just lose instantly if you missed a target before the time ran out. And then I found out that the Dark Nuts are, like, literally impossible to shoot past in some formations, so I changed it. Such as that one. This last one is just a complete dick move. Like, I like this last target.
It's pretty good.
It's impossible to hit in most circumstances. There we go.
At least you don't go backwards a stage. Or, I mean, have to restart all of it.
Yeah.
Like an I cannot talk today.
Oh boy! So yeah, you can completely fuck with this picture. Like, I even addressed that in the message string beforehand, but it takes time, so I'm not going to bother doing it. Although I did actually complete that in a strangely low amount of time here. This puzzle is the real shit, because you can barely tell what it's supposed to be, and there's like a very specific pattern that I've figured out to do it well, but yeah, it kind of just blows.
I think the worst part about this particular puzzle is that you can't exactly tell where the edges of a block are.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to just accidentally push something because you weren't sure exactly where it started.
Yeah, there probably should have been a grid, like you said. I just didn't think about that. Okay, there's money. I forgot there was money in this. Okay, just need to find one more and then find the key. Please. Please. Nope. I like the unnecessary, like, fees you have to pay to get into these minigames. There was really no reason for it at all.
It's a reference to how you have to pay to get the silver arrows in BA1.
Sure, we'll go with that.
200 rupees.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly acceptable.
It's pay to win, except not real money.
Now we get to go through one of many gauntlets, because this game has like 5 gauntlets in it.
turns out just BA3 is just a pay to win. You can't actually beat the game and get the silver arrows unless you're a Patreon.
That'd be freaking glorious. It'll be like Not Prawn, where you get halfway through it and then it turns out you have to pay money to actually continue.
There will be a very convoluted secret password that only Patreons will know.
I mean, I could do that. Doesn't mean I'm going to, but I could.
Is there a reason why I speedrun BA2? It's fun.
Let people live their lives. God.
I mean, why do people speedrun Barbie's Dream House or whatever?
Is that the one with 56k modem, Ken?
It might, I don't know.
I like this screen. This is I think this is the biggest clusterfuck screen in the entire game, aside from the pile of bosses in the alternate universe secret.
Yeah, Miles, I routed a speedrun of BA2 that involved heavy glitches and wrong warping, and Josh just finished going through it about 10-20 minutes ago. Also, I like how the biggest damager, not counting enemies, is not fire.
Just
not
ice.
Spikes. Yeah, ice. Like, is this just 0 degree, like absolute 0 degree ice?
Probably.
It's just dry ice.
Here's the 2. Here's the fricking, like, Bikdip emerging from a holographic and the 60 frames of garbage graphic on the left. Those are some of my favorites. I like how you can just kind of tell by looking at this game, like, even if you don't know the differences between 190 and 192, there's, like, so many random things that I included in this one that weren't in the first, that you could tell that they were new, such as lock blocks. And here's where boss flags come into play, because when you go down here, this screen just doesn't go anywhere, but I had to make sure that it would go somewhere after saving Grandpappy, so I had to make, like, 2 versions of these screens. I don't remember exactly how I did it.
Good. You can do some really weird wrong warping nonsense if you die to... Yeah. If you die about here.
Get it? Get it? Okay. Had to make sure I could get the fairy without actually, like, moving. Just like he's keeping some kind of major plot point from me. Whatever. Manhandle 2, which I killed in 3 hits. Mirror robes, best enemies. Guess what else didn't exist in 190? Manhandle 2, mirror robes, right-facing Aquamentus, Goma 3 and 4. Mirror combos. Half of the flags that I use in this. God, I'm dying. Okay. Let's see. Tiered secrets, combo cycling, animations in general. The ability to hide the player. Layers.
I feel like we need to just interject Luffy somewhere into that list.
Probably. Yo!
List of things that were not in 190. Tiered secrets.
Luffing.
Hiding the player. Luffy.
Go ahead. Okay, will the Goma actually shoot fire? Oh my god, it did. This thing never freaking does. It's like extremely bugged and just doesn't work most of the time, and I have no idea. Well, I'm glad I got to at least capture that on screen, because I don't think it worked in the LP of this. Also, I like that dialogue there, where he's like, I hope you have that Easter egg. It's been referred to a number of times now. It really hasn't. It was mentioned, like, once. There is a hint that I included that nobody would ever see, and I'm gonna see if it actually even still exists. Hold on.
You know, speaking of stop and swap, I would laugh if somehow doing the stop and swap secret somehow is actually a really big wrong warp.
I mean, by the time you get here, you'd already be done with the game anyway.
I know.
It would be pretty good.
Turns out if you stop and swap to BA2 Part 1, you can just skip everything.
But yeah, there should be a speedrun category of, like, using both files together in order to mess with the, fucked up, like, warp placements. I don't know.
You should totally update that speedrun.
You know. Okay, so how long will it take me to get through the disappearing floor puzzle? Because I don't usually find it that hard, but there has been at least one person that took an entire hour to get through it.
Oh dear, the disappearing floor puzzle.
What I want to know is why am I falling? What I want to know is why this one you can't cheat, but the actually, can you? Oh, no, you can cheat. Never mind. I was gonna say why you can't cheat this one, but you can cheat the one in MMDWR, but I was wrong. And yeah, that screen was censored in the LP because that was still supposed to be a secret at the time. At this point, I don't really care because the speedrun's public and pretty much everything else is. The only things that are still passworded are the links to the second part of the quest, and they don't really need to be because I don't care if, like, the reason they were in the first place was just so people didn't play it out of order, and the only reason I cared that they did that was because when I first released the game, the entire existence of Bikdip and the fact that you play that him was supposed to be a secret. Now that that's no longer the case, it doesn't really matter, but eh.
Bikdip is a secret. Immediately gets him after, like, what, 20 seconds?
Yeah. And now we have a 17-minute cutscene. Actually, this one's not that bad. It's the one after the boss fight that takes forever.
Man, I hated this boss fight.
Yeah, you did. Mostly because of the Dark Knots, from what I remember. Oh, and the broken glass.
You know, I can probably find a wrong warp to the very end of this. I can probably find a credits warp, heck.
Probably. Actually, I mean, the credits, I think, exist on a warp on a map unique to themselves. I'd have to double check.
Well, a warp 2 leading to the credits, I don't know.
Alright, let's do this. Best music. Not sure why I used this as the final boss music, but I figured it was okay.
The real question is, does the ice do more damage than the broken glass?
Probably.
Was Gen 5 out yet when this was made?
No. No, this was finished, it was released January 25th, 2009, I believe. And, Gen 5 was not out until the year after that. This is the UVCS spread as elf music.
I adore the Gen 4 soundtrack. It's really good.
It is pretty good. Oops, not what I meant to do. I should actually check how much damage the ice does compared to the glass. I'm kind of curious.
Well, ice is 4 hearts, so...
Oh, is it?
Presumably... Yeah, it's 4 hearts. In,
I thought it was only 2.
Probably 2 with the blue ring.
Damage combos actually don't take the ring into consideration.
Well, then it's, at least it's 4 in part 1.
And shitty-ass music for a couple seconds. Now I get to deal with fighting Ganon with broken glass everywhere and falling rocks and shooting statues.
Yeah, this kind of just feels like the fight of, let's just throw a bunch of crap at the player and wish them luck.
Yeah. Where the hell are you?
Didn't have a 2-second Ganon fight, gotta reset.
Yeah. There we go. I like how he turns green. And seizure. And at this point, I could probably just stop playing. But I will go ahead and sit through the credits. Why not? That way I can look at the listing of names of people that had nothing to do with the production of this game and are not really relevant in any way. Because there was, like, half of the people in the special thanks were just, like, some people that I talked to occasionally online, and after, like, I think, like, at the time that I was making this, we were friends, and then, like, very shortly afterwards we weren't anymore because I kind of, like, have a bad habit of not keeping up with people. So that's, like, basically the entire list.
Well, thanks for having me, and, yeah.
No problem. I mean, you came up with, like, all the route and stuff, so I figured it was only fair. I did not know Cheese yet, so no, he is not in the special thanks. When I get to that point, I can stop and look at all the names and try and remember who all of them are. So, I'm not actually paying attention to the story right now. I do need to actually look at this story again and make sure that it doesn't directly contradict anything that's going to be happening in BA3, because I've got, like, this whole freaking mythos planned out that, like, links together the 3 Bikdip's adventure games and Mitch, and, like, NES Zelda 1, and, like, a few other things, and they're all kind of, like, linked together in this one, like, shared universe, and it's gonna be freaking complicated as hell. But either way, we will not worry about that right now. And, just for the record, Bikdark is still not getting an explanation. He was supposed to be an evil twin. Like, basically, the sequence of events was, like, I was planning on him being, like, your evil twin, you were separated at birth, and Grandpappy brings this up, and then Bargo is like, so am I supposed to, like, feel bad for killing him, even though I never knew him and he was clearly evil? Because I don't. And then that was it. And it's like, it was like, it was playing it straight, but then kind of adding, like, a sarcastic twist to it. Then I decided even that was too normal, and I had to just give it no explanation whatsoever, and just roll with it. That's the official word on the matter. There's no reason for him to exist.
Turns out BA2 is just a fever dream. We find BA3 just starts with Bargo waking up from a coma. That's
God.
the origin of BA2.
That'd be pretty good.
Bikdark.
Yeah, I know the main villain of BA3. It's the Armageddon virus. Not kidding, that's actually what it's called. It is related to Big Head from level 6, but it is not exactly the same thing.
So I think the real question we're all asking is, does your mythos of all the Bikdip's adventure games and stuff tie in the stream garbage quest?
No. No, it does not. BA3. I like how Pokemaster Ian just is a torso. Yes it is, Kev. It is named that way for that exact reason. Does my mythos involve Undertale in any way? Well, there's like 5,000 Undertale references in BA3, but none of them are, like, canon, I don't think. Okay, so we've got the main two, obviously. This is just graphics that people made. When I get to names, I will explain who they are to the best of my ability. I think Radian's actually the one who made the Dance of Remembrance tile set, which is what I'm probably using for BA3, so that worked out well. Anthus, I don't know who that is. None of them get individual credits, screw that. And now we go through every game ever made. I do like my little graphics on these, though. I think they're pretty cool.
They're pretty impressive, honestly.
All of these had to be drawn in MS Paint and then imported into Zelda Classic and then recolored. And then made into combos.
Oh, you have to import new graphics in older versions? Okay.
Ooh, what do you mean? I mean, I think there's like a grab function, but I don't remember exactly.
In the newer versions, at least in 2.5, you can create your own graphics and right there in the in Zelda.
Oh no, you still can. It's just it's easier to oh shit, forgot about the screensaver. Like you can draw it straight into ZQuest, but if you do that, it's kind of hard to make anything bigger than 16 by 16 and have it line up properly. So it's usually best to just draw it and then import it.
Makes sense.
Okay, so this is Fishbowl. He shows up in my streams occasionally. We used to talk a fair amount and went through a number of games together. He was the main bug tester for this. This is Techno Guy. I have not talked to him in an extremely long time, but I saw him on like a Twitter post earlier today, strangely enough. Hold on. I'm getting text messages. Give me a sec. I'll have to respond to that in a minute. This is somebody who I think he was the author of a Cave Story webcomic. And it's interesting because a character in BA3 named Haley is similar to Balrog in a few ways, and I was going to be using Balrog's theme for her for a while before I changed my mind and decided to go with Alphys's theme. And when I looked up a MIDI for Balrog's theme, I actually found that he was the one who made it, so it kind of like came full circle. It was kind of weird. So yeah, here's just Pietro, maker of Dr. Wily's Revenge. Okay, so this was my third girlfriend. She was the one I was in a relationship at the time. Okay, Gino. He's my cousin that I refer to occasionally. The one that fed me a bunch of bullshit stories about Mario 64 secrets that didn't exist and assisted in making the first half of the BA1 overworld. Sean was just somebody that I knew from school, like third grade up until like high school. Steve was just somebody I knew in high school. I think he might have assisted with like drawing random lines on a map for level 6. Gene Goldstein was also somebody I knew in high school who was the creator of the Hyperboy Flash series. I don't know if that ever took off or not. I'd assume it probably didn't, but he was at least somewhat known. Andrea was just another person from high school. Aisha was my first girlfriend. Dan was somebody that I knew from Gunbound, and we talked for a while. Anna was just kind of somebody that I had a crush on for a while. Tiffany, Heather, Sam, and Maria were all just random friends I had at the time that were not particularly noteworthy. Sam was a pretty good friend of mine. I don't talk to him anymore, though. The rest of them are kind of eh. There's ACDC Gamer, I think he's still around. Fiona, people probably know who she is. She was in my Pikmin 2 videos. We were good friends. Melissa, just another person I knew from... I think that might have been from iSketch. I don't remember where she came from. Allison was my second girlfriend. So I've got all three of those in there. And I guess that was it. Okay. So, there. The more you know. There's more. Yeah, I don't know. Sure, I will view my time, because why not? It was not particularly impressive. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people that I used to talk to, and I don't know what they're doing nowadays, so couldn't tell you. What's wrong with... I mean, yeah, it said Armageddon game. Oh, did I leave out an R? Did it? I actually didn't notice. Oh, well. We are done. We are done with this, so... Why is there glitching in the top? What the hell is this? There's like this weird glitchy oh. Okay. Something occurred. I don't know what it was, but it was something, alright.
It wasn't me this time. I didn't break it.
It's a stone, Luigi. You didn't break it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the call here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem. I enjoyed going through this. It was fun. Yeah, I'll possibly talk to you later then. I don't know.
And bye.
Okay, so real quick, I'm basically done with this stream, I think, but, I figured I might look through the BA2 Part 2 and Z-Quest one more time to see if there's any funky stuff in there that people would want to see. Takes 20 minutes to open Z-Quest. Okay, there we go. Oops. Okay, so opening up the actual file. Map 1 is just the overworld. You never go here, but it exists. Map 2, same kind of deal. It's exactly what Map 2 was in the first game, except with the, loading screen at the beginning for the item collection, as I mentioned earlier. Map 3 is the same, except this is the old version of Level 2, before it had the secret underneath the Triforce screen and the, alternate cave room. Here's a fucked up version of Level 4, because the combo page got shifted or something, so the solid blue sky just turned into the left half of a cloud over and over. Otherwise, I think the rest of... okay. So, most of this level is the same, but a couple tiles got messed up. Alright. Here's level 5, which I think is the same. 6. This map... Was this usually here? Okay, so I think levels 7 and 8 just don't actually exist in this version of the game, so now I'm curious where their entrances lead to. Let's see. Oh, good. So if I was to go to... Okay, so keep this in mind for anybody who wants to dick around with wrong warping in BA2 Part 2. If you get into the overworld by doing the continue on the title screen, you can go to the level 7 entrance, and it will dump you off in a layer screen for Bikdip Bonk. That's good. I'm glad. Also on the same map as this, we have layers that don't actually show up. I think these are the spotlights for the maze, but it's like, it's all black so you can't tell. Here's for this shit. Oh yeah, here's just alternate level 9 for the Grandpappy scene. More layers. Here's the underground screen. Probably more layers. You win. Sorry, you lose. Ready, go. Alright. So that's a useful map. I guess if you do that, you can at least glitch into the Grandpappy scene. That's something. I don't know if it would be faster than going through level 9, but it's something to keep in mind, I guess. Let's see. Map 5 is the intro to level 9 cutscene, the post-quiz show scene, and a bunch of layers, and that looks like that's about it. Map 7 is a bunch of minigames. Grandpappy will not be playable in BA3, but he will be in it. So yeah, minigames and more layer screens. Layers for the ending cutscene, specifically. Why are they here? Don't know. Here's the quiz show, which is just a bunch of identical screens. Here's level 9 proper. We can take a look at this and see how this works. So, here's where you start, and then you go through the, like, gauntlet of old levels, which I assume are pretty self-explanatory. Budget for BA3 is Monopoly money. It's the first faux budget game ever made. It's lower than no budget. I don't know. So yeah, you go through this tile warp, and it takes you over here. Here's the 4 different sections. Block puzzles probably don't need much explanation. These are just like if you push the blocks onto the whatchamacallit, like the block triggers, then it makes the blocks go away. And all these statues are eyeball combos, so they follow Link, and there's fire shooter enemies placed on top of them. This one's normal, this one's normal, this is fairly normal. This is just a maze path with an impossible... Yeah, I do this a lot. I create screens that have a Lost Wood style maze path that you can't actually complete, so it just basically loops infinitely. If you go any direction, it just takes you to the same screen. So that's all the block puzzles. Time tasks, here's where it starts to get a little bit funky. So yeah, the timer is definitely an item. Now I actually remember why I did this. So here's the timer as an item. There's a screen where there's a few screens where it's not an item, and that's in the mini games here, because the problem with these is in Zelda Classic, if you lift up an item, it makes all other items on screen disappear, and that includes the timer item. And I didn't want the timer to permanently disappear when you pick up the money or the keys from the treasure chests. So this actually is, like, this is an actual graphic I had to draw. Let me see. It's, 2769. Yeah, here we go. So basically, I just had to draw it on a cave wall, and it just combo cycles through these. That's all you've got to know, I guess. So that's how that worked. This screen, you just kill enemies. This one is tiered secrets. So basically, if you hit any of the globes with the boomerang, it activates all secrets on screen, which are the 16 and 17s. When you do that, 16 and 17 basically are like the gold blocks shrink and the blue tiles grow, so they alternate. But then you can do tiered secrets by holding control and clicking it. So this, like, actual gold tile has a flag 18 on it, so that when you trigger secrets again, it changes back to this. And then same thing for these, so then they basically cycle infinitely every time you hit it. This one works the same way, but with reflect magic flags on the orbs. This one's just reflect magic to open the doors. This is just a maze path with layers. And then, yeah. 2-floor maze, I mean, this one kind of speaks for itself. It's just a couple floors. Each one of these are pit combos, so they just take you to the same coordinates that you entered them, but on a different screen. These screens were kind of a hoot to put together, though, because every one of these has, it's drawn basically like this, and I had to have some walls that you can walk through and some that you can't. And then on layer 1, I have the floor borders to indicate what walls you can walk through. The floor borders just kind of being located over here on these screens. And then there's layer 6, which is make everything dark except for certain spots that indicate holes above you. And those spotlights are over here, not that you can see them. And the mini games, I'll actually go back and show those off a little bit better. Most of them are pretty simple, just like right here you shoot the target and it turns all the tiles that you're walking on into staircases that send you to the next part of the area. These were kind of a piece of shit to put together, because the entire face had to be... Oh, well, the electric thing is just for the title screen, the electric boogaloo thing. But yeah, I had to draw out this entire thing. Every one of these is a separate combo. And because the ones that you push have to be solid, that means that some of these are solid. Hell if I know which ones, though. It's... yeah. But yeah, for this one, 67 is a no-push zone, so you can't push blocks into them. 61 is push infinite all directions, no trigger secret. And 66 is a, block receptacle or whatever it's called. So when you fill in all those, it triggers the warps in the corner. These are pretty simple. It's just one of them is an Armos item, and one of them is an, Armos secret, I think is what they're called. Is that what those flags are called? Yeah. So you just slash it. One of them gives you a special item, and one of them triggers a secret combo. That's all there is to it. Bikdip bonk, pretty much the same principle as the one with the wand. It's just... I didn't freaking realize it was this complicated. Jesus. If you hit the hit with hammer flag, and it turns everything else into a warp floor. So all of these 16s are just a floor tile that warps you, and then all the other ones are the same thing, but with different graphics. This one doesn't really need much of an explanation. Just reflect, fireball, floor changes into warp. And I think that's all the minigames. Here's this stupid thing. Why they're different colors, I couldn't tell you. The enchilada in the top right. That's clearly part of the timer, just in the wrong graphic set. Can't you tell? Here, I'll just change it to Boog. We'll keep that one up there. So I think these are just all layer screens. Yeah, pretty much. God, this star field took so long to make. Bonus level, still not sure why it's on map 10 and why it's pulling layers from a cutscene, but there you go. Here's the cutscene itself. Here's cutscene layers. This is a good map. It's an entire full map of nothing but layers. Now see, this is what scares me, because there is a map limit. You get a lot to work with. You can have a lot of maps, but BA2 Part 2 is not that complicated of a quest file. And I worry that, like, if in this it took an entire screen of layers, like, how many layers am I going to need in BA3, which is a much more complicated game? It's like, I do worry about running out of space. But, I don't know. And here's the boss fight, which is just, you collect the dust pile and step on a warp. It puts you here, which is fight Dark Nuts. When you kill all the Dark Nuts, the entire floor turns into warps, and then you go here, in which you slash him, and the entire floor turns into warps, and then you reflect Fireball, and so on. The hardest part about all this is this thing, because this is combo cycling. He has to cycle between basically just what you're seeing right now, which is not much of anything, but he damages if you touch him, into shooting lightning, which does more damage. And that is done by having this entire 3x4 section be a combo cycle that leads into the next one in the sequence. So, like, this floor tile has 10 frames of animation, which then cycles into this lightning tile, and then goes into another identical one, and then goes back to the first. So you have a few seconds of this, and then a few seconds of this, and then it goes back. And most of this is more or less the same. Oh god, this palette, why? Cutscene. Oop, here's screen 83. I've talked about this in Isle of the Winds. And here's this cutscene again, which I've shown the like flying through space scene a million times, but just to show one more time here how this thing worked. This is basically done through a crap ton of layers, because I've got, let's see. So layer 1 is just the star field, or sorry, layer 0 rather. Then above that we have a different star field moving at a different speed to give the illusion of depth. Then we have the planet with the BA2 overworld connected to the Mitch overworld. Then we have some cloud cover. Then we have some more cloud cover. And then we have a barely visible darkened square for the credits to appear on, so that it's like dimmed slightly. Yeah, screen 83 is where you throw all the secret combos. It is not necessary for anything past 190, but it's just kind of a holdover. And I think that's about everything I ever needed to say about the war in Vietnam, so I should probably end this stream because I've been going for a while, but I had fun with this. Good old screen 83. Yeah, this is it. So you have the dungeon border, you have open door, locked door, shutter door on all sides. You have the, like, rubble in front of the bomb door that appears as a layer and is, like, the only layer that exists in 190. And then you have these 6 up here, these 6 here, these here, and these 12 in the middle. And that's what you have to work with for every secret combo on the entire map. Because you have to, when you went to secret combo, like, in here, it lets you just pull from your entire list of all the ones that you have. 190, not so much. It just directed you to screen 83, and it's like, pick one of these, motherfucker. It was a little stupid. But yeah, I said I was gonna go, so I'm gonna go. There might still be more stream later, I don't know. I'll message people if there is. Or by that I mean tweet it and mention it on the Discords, yeah.